Yep. 100%.
Yeah. It's like I need 4 screens. 4 screens. You know? 4 different screens just makes a better. Okay, copy link. All right, so sending it to. Let me send it to a couple people.
Yeah. Cool. All right, get it going in a sec.
All right, we're good.
Sweet. Oh. Cool. Yeah, loads to talk about this week that's happened.
Really? I thought it was just another day. I mean, it's not like someone created the atom bomb or anything like that. It's just a reactor, maybe, kind of. I mean, oh my God.
It's just a reactor.
Just a reactor.
It's just the reactor.
There's probably like some 80s song about reactor. I kind of want to sing, but I'm terrible at it, so I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to avoid saying anything like that. And then what else we got? So I'm just kind of sending the links. Did you already do it on the Telegram?
No, I've not done that yet.
All right, so I'm doing that right now. Okay. So let's see. So what do we have to talk about? What are people asking?
Well, I suppose there's this new contract coming out. You got Bitcoin dropping. What else? Quite a few things in there.
Yeah, I mean it's what Bitcoin went to at 42. I mean, I guess it depends on what currency you go to, right? But it did go to an all-time high, and then it kind of went back. It did kind of go back down again a little bit to less than superhuman, super cryptocurrency territory. So no, it's no longer invulnerable. We found its kryptonite, which is it cannot sustain all-time highs day after day.
Nice.
You know, I mean, at the same time, there was some information that were just some people that, you know, they sold. They walked away with some of the profits. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That actually means is that its value is something. You know, you buy it, you have it, reaches all-time high. It's like, you know what? I'm going to cash out. Okay. What does that do? That gives opportunities for other people to buy at the dip. That's fine. I would rather buy at 700 than buying at 42,000. That's why people say, oh wait, it's going down. It's like, that's the time to buy. Buy it in the red. Don't buy it in the all-time high. Just wait.
Oh man. Oh, we got cost. Is cost coming on?
Let me see. I mean, you know, I'm sure he can just go ahead and quit his job. Let me figure something out. As far as I know, I think he was, but I do know that just like all of us, you know, we have. Well, that's not true. Not all of us have jobs. I'm officially unemployed. That's pretty good too. You know. Okay. So let me see. Where is he? Just sending a message. And the new contract. I mean, and the other thing you're talking about, the new so all right, so let's see. So we got so what I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about Bitcoin? Is it real?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it's dropped. I don't know why it dropped so much, to be honest. But you know, it pumped hard in like a day, and then it kind of just it stayed up there for what, 2 days, and then it just crashed down, didn't it? So people must have just taken and ran, take some profits out, which isn't that bad. You know, it's not bad. You're in it to make money anyway, aren't you? So,
what? Are you kidding me? Really? Is that what currency is supposed to be used? Not stored on the surface forever until the day you die?
Yeah, it's pretty good if you don't use it.
Yeah. I mean, I always wonder where are those people that Domino's Pizza that costs 11,000 Bitcoin? I want to know where that is. So who did maybe they finally sold it. Maybe they finally sold it. That 11,000 Bitcoin. I want to be that piece of driver. You know, I want to be that Domino's, richest Domino's in history. Probably pay. You know, Pays gives you napkins in gold plated foil. You know. So I'm looking up at the Bitcoin just to see how it is now. I mean, I can't remember what it was at. I think it was like because you know it keeps changing, right? I mean, right now it's at 36. I mean, it says last day it's over 5%. Last week, I mean, last week it's still up from the last week over almost 7%. In the last month, it's over 93%. So it did have a dip, but you know, I mean, I'm looking at the last, you know, over the last month, last week, and last day, all positive. I mean, we look at 1 year. I mean, we've always talked about the 1 year part, right? Over the 1 year, it's up 348%. I'm not exactly sure what other stock I could, you know, put into. I mean, let's, you know, what do we always talk about? We talk about, you know, different stocks. I don't know any stock at this moment that's up that much.
No. Well, yeah, if you look at it on the Mac chart, that's just insane.
And I mean, and let's go all time. I mean, from all time, it's only up 35,000%.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But you know, just the last year, 348. Last month, 93%. Last week, 6.79%. So despite the reaching and the going, it does find its you know, its support. I mean, anytime you talk about like stocks or coins, you're always talking about the resistance line, you know, the resistance and the support. Support means is that we're going to hold at this, and says resistance means this is when we're kind of selling. So, I mean, and if anything, it just lets you know where you're at. I don't mind, you know, some people call it consolidation, regrouping, whatever, you know, whatever it is. It's not a bad. It's kind of a point where some people will sell off. You know, what's the expression? We can sell, but it sometimes also means it's like, you know, some people have been holding this for a long time. Yeah. So, and having a good sell and, you know, supply, demand, buying and selling, it's good. You know,
yeah, I don't think it's fun, to be honest. I still think it's going to go up.
Yeah.
Me and Cos were discussing, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, that we were saying about 50K is probably about where it's going to hit.
I mean, they're still mining it. They're still mining it, and mining difficulty is still going. It's getting more difficult as is mining. So, on that, it should continue to improve. You know, so or the price should continue to be more attractive. I think it's still attractive to have a piece. You know, have a couple of pieces of Bitcoin, maybe a couple of Bitcoin. I mean, I don't know. You know, everyone do your own research. You know, not financial advice. I can tell you what I do, and I do is like I get little pieces here and there. You know, it's smart to be. We've talked about it a lot of times. It's smart to be diversified. Have a little bit of this, have a little bit of that, but don't have it all in sometimes because it can just be, you know. But
exactly. Yeah, you don't want it all in one. You don't want it all in one project or one crypto. You just want it. You know, it makes sense to spread it out because then you're more secure as well by having a more diverse profile. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, do you know much about the React contracts coming out, or have you read up on it? Or
I mean, I guess I read up on it. I mean, it's still kind of new. It's still being, you know, I'm pretty sure it's being tested and everything like anything else. So what is it supposed to do? I mean, as far as from what I've heard, and you can always correct me if I'm wrong, or if you know the latest and greatest, maybe you have maybe you know more of the latest and greatest than I do. Is that it's supposed to stabilize the price of Banker X. I mean, you know, one of the things when we talked about Banker X and Banker is like Banker's supposed to be gold, Banker X is cash. So cash, you know, if Banker X could be like a stable coin where it's pegged to US dollar, I was like, man, that's a great entry point because that's good, you know, because it's nice. I mean, and then it really helps. I mean, it does. Some people say, oh, but then it won't go up more. It's like, I don't know about you guys, but I like $1. I like that. I think it gives people comfort about having a stable coin like that. At the same time, I mean, why $1? Why not just peg it to the pound? Let's just peg it to the pound, to the euro. Yes, euro. I mean, come on. Don't peg it to the, you know. Well, anyways, I won't say anything else. But but it's I think it's an idea. It's an idea that gives people comfort. Just knowing it's like, you know, which one is real and which one isn't. It's like they're all real. It's just different. You got to get used to the idea of different currencies. Just think of credit card payments. You know, you can pay that way too. So it's a value. But what I mean, that's as far as I know. You know, initially I read about it. Well, it's supposed to be with Banker or Banker X. Honestly, there's only one person who makes that decision, and all I know is that it's supposed to help with the price of kind of stabilize the price of Banker X in some way. How you're doing that with Bitcoin or with TRX or stuff, I don't know enough about it. Do you know more about it?
No, I don't really know much.
Why are you just programming? Get out of here! You don't know anything. Give me someone else. No, I'm just kidding.
I've not really had much time. I wasted like 7 hours of my day today doing something which I had to delete. So
hey, there's one thing I was like, just like, you know, don't waste time. Don't waste time, right? You can always make up money, but you cannot make up time. So whatever you do, don't waste time. You know, Bitcoin falling up and down and stuff like that. I mean, hey, look, this is all, you know, this is all fun and games, but time is value. Time is its own Bitcoin, and that gets more valuable. That has no dips. That gets more valuable as time goes on.
So if Reactor is going to stabilize the price of Banker X, then that means the divs are going to be crazy free flow then. Absolutely. So if it holds at $1 and you're making what everyone's making, like in rewards and daily payouts, the TPL is going to be insane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting about 10% a day. How much are you getting?
Oh, you know, 20.
Hey, look, we've always thought, what's the value of flow is this? 1% interest a day, no referrals needed. 1% interest paid out in Banker X. 1% interest every day. Every day. You claim every day, you roll every day, it's always 1% interest. You just claim 365% at the end of the year. You just roll. I was like, I mean, that's really what it is. Hey, no referrals needed. Nothing else needed. You could just roll for 1 year, and then you claim for 3 days. You've made your return on investment and then some. You know, so but I mean, what else are we gonna? I think we've already sold it. That's it. No, nothing else is needed. No referrals, no references. You have referrals, you got references. Then that 1% can become 2%, can become 3%, and then all of a sudden do the same. It's like same idea. Roll every day. Roll.
Yeah, no, some people are making 2-3% on it, which is crazy. We me and a couple of friends have managed to get like another sort of 20-25 people onboarded onto our little chain that we've got going on, which is all right. So
I'm gonna can you give me your buddy address? I'm gonna sign up.
Can do if you want, which isn't too bad. But they're all sort of like local round in UK, Brighton and stuff.
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm broke. Bitcoin went down. I lost all my money. Just kidding. Stronghold and stockpile, right? Stronghold. Oh man, strong. Which one do you want to talk about first? How does stronghold and stockpile work?
Right. So stronghold. So stronghold supports the Banker token. Yeah. So it locked away liquidity and helps support the Banker token. There's also from airdrops. It gets 5%. Is that right? I always forget this bit.
10%.
10%, yes. 10% from all airdrops in flow goes towards Stronghold as well. And there was also the
5%.
Was it the 500 APY was put onto it? But now the price has gone up, so it's lower now, isn't it? It's like 190, I think.
Right. It's like, why did it drop so much? Because the price went up by 50%. What do you expect? It's already there. You know, the price goes up, it doubled. So if it almost doubles in a certain amount of time, then yeah, you've already made a lot of your APY already. It gets 5% from flow from every roll, claim, and deposit. I mean, 5% of almost infinity, you know, because you can continue going. So it keeps feeding it. And that's why, you know, people's like, well, then why Banker? Well, Banker is the external one. That's the one that's having, and Banker and Stronghold are pegged at 1-to-1. So as Stronghold gets better, Banker will get better. You know, whether or not any other use of Banker at this moment will be happening with Reactor or not, which we don't know yet because we keep getting asked. Well, can't wait for Reactor. Can't sleep, because if not, you can't make a good decision with Reactor. We still don't know what Reactor. We still don't know exactly what Reactor is. It's a fusion or it's fission, or if it's just let's see how people react.
Yeah.
Or it's just someone who's a really bad actor and keeps doing the same thing over and over again. A reactor.
Yeah.
Bad joke. Bad jokes all day long.
Oh, mate, that caught me off guard, that joke. Yeah, with Stronghold, you've also got the 10% in, 10% out fee. So if you do go into it, you got to make sure you're planning on staying in it for probably about 3 months to try and get those back. Or wait, like 2 months now, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it just honestly, it always just depends. There's a 10% in, 10% out. That's always how it is. If you go in and out, I mean, some people will reposition, they'll sell, they'll reposition, then they'll buy back in, sell, buy back in. I mean, in the end, it's your money. Do with it what you like. I know. Reposition is just part of the game. It's part of free trade. You can buy, you can sell, you can do whatever you like.
The beauty of Stronghold as well is if you have quite a lot of dividends build up and the price of Banker drops, when you actually roll those dividends, you actually get more Stronghold as well. So when Banker goes back up, you will actually own more, so you'll get paid more dividends. So that's kind of.
I write that in the chat. DCA. And people are like, what are you doing about DCA? Dollar cost averaging. Just keep going, because you can get it at a lower position. It happens, we do the same thing. You do the same thing in stocks and stuff too, where you get it at a lower position. You might have something and then it crashes, but you don't want to, or it crashes or it goes to the support line, and then you don't, you're like, man, it's just, it's at the support line, so it's as low as it's going to be. So it's like, what do you do? Sell? I was like, no, that's when you buy. Buy in the red. You buy in the red. You sell in the green. So that's why when I see Bitcoin all-time high, it was at, whoa, it's way green. It's like, well, that's when you sell. And then it goes down and it's above its support line. It's still above the support line. So it's like, still good. Maybe that's the new support line. That's just letting us know that this is where it's at. It didn't draw it. So it's like, good. You want to test it. A thing that tests it lets you know that there's still really good support there. So that's good.
But it's good to have people like selling off and doing stuff with it. It shows that it works. So
yeah. Actually, just everyone sell your Bitcoin, please. I'm here. I'm waiting. Just sell it. I'm waiting. Sell it.
And all the Banker, sell that.
Yeah, sell it. Oh yeah, sell that. I'll reposition.
With Stockpile, I haven't really heard much about Stockpile recently. To be fair, it's kind of gone into the background a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's the locked liquidity for BankerX also. I mean it's really funny because BankerX it's got two real good supports, right? I mean locked liquidity for who we got?
Hey, this is
Steven.
Steven.
How you doing, mate?
Oh, good. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. How about you? Where are you?
People just call me Felly. I'm just living the dream every day, right?
Yeah, same.
I got my New Orleans Saints hat ready, and the Saints are still playing. They're still alive in the NFL playoffs, so I'm going to wear it. It's like where people wear the same underwear until a team loses. I've been wearing the same thing for weeks. Hat, underwear, the hat.
I got my Cambridge United mask.
Oh, there you go.
We're never going to win anything, so.
You win the hearts of men. I know. I win the hearts of men. I mean, I got my unicorn shirt.
Yeah, I'm really jealous about
that. Yeah. People's like, why do you wear that? It's like, what's wrong with it? Are you gonna use some kind of slur? I don't care. I'm binary, non-binary, quadruple binary. It doesn't matter.
I used to wear loads of colourful shirts. So.
Yeah, that Jungle Book one, didn't you?
Oh, I've got the whole collection of them. But I'll just cover them up because it looks like a shell. Because I got them out the other day. So excuse my language.
So I see saludos. It says, I know a coin that is up over 10,000% and give interest also. It's like, well, good. Then that means, if people have, we know plenty of coins. How many coins are there? I don't know, thousands?
Yeah.
Real ones, or fake ones, or scam. There's tons of coins. There's tons of coins.
If the coin's already up 10,000%, then you're kind of already too late.
Yeah. Well, it's like, who was it? You see, I see this. One of the biggest, I'm not going to say scams, but one of the biggest things that's sketchy. I'll go with sketchy, or just how about this? I'll do it the way I just started. This is pure rubbish. There's been people say, I have a team of people. I have 100 people that are ready to join you, and you got to give me 1,000 Banker X, and we'll join your team. But you got to send it first. It's like, dude, you got your team. You don't need me. You don't need 1,000 Banker X. You got a team. Join Bank Teller. Join BT. You don't need that.
You got much more than 1,000 Banker X behind you.
Yeah, you got that big a team. Go for it. There's nothing I can't offer you that you don't already have. It's like me being single joining an orgy. There's nothing I have that they don't already have. Not that much more. Are you kidding me? It's like that. I can't offer you anything. Not even condoms. Come on. So, but I hear that all the time. I hear it all the time about it, or I see it all the time. It's like, oh, you're ready to join you. It's like, man, look, really, the teams are helpful if you're someone new, and you're just kind of getting into it. Joining a team, whether it be us through the Discords or Telegrams or through NDR or Roller or whoever it is, or Pack Party or the Chief Chain. There's tons of them. I'd say that's my recommend. That would be something I'd say. If that's what you're doing, you're going to join. If that were me, that's what I would do. And that's how we did the Discord. It's like, because it's good to have a team, because then you kind of all watch each other's backs and stuff like that. But if you've got a team already, just join whoever.
Whose page is up here on the screen?
Oh, that's mine.
I was going to say they're very similar things to what you're in.
Yeah, that's just everything.
Well, he had to put that up to wash away the dirty mags. So it's fine.
I did, yeah.
I mean, how is it doing? But talking about that, how is our coin? While you're doing that, I'm gonna look in here very quickly.
Yeah, like it's up. It did drop from like $1.50, but I kind of think that was just it only hit that briefly, didn't it? So, and it did a really good run from sort of 60 cent, and now it's settled at 80 cents. So you can't argue really with.
Yeah, remember, I think at one point, and we've talked about this before. One time it skyrocketed and then settled at 60 cents, and then it did the same, and then it settled down. But it kind of the support. It just kind of hits that support line. It's like, hey, you're not gonna. Here we are, right? And sometimes, a lot of times, depending on where you're looking at, whether it be CoinGecko or stuff, it's just that there might be limited liquidity there. So then it just kind of depends on what's that price could sometimes be falsely elevated or not. Swap. I have to say the SwapX usually gives you the most competitive price. Yeah. In terms of, when it goes to buying, I always look at the other ones like Poloniex and Tron Trade and CoinGecko and just kind of take a look. And usually the price is a little bit more elevated. So, which, for people that are whales, like, because, hey, you know what? I'm just going to buy cheap at SwapX and sell more expensive over here. And then you've got a business. There's people that can do that. So sorry, I'm not there yet. I'm barely a squeaky dolphin going. So I don't know.
Yeah,
so
it kind of looks like it still wants to go up though, doesn't it? So, yeah. But like with did you see the post that BT did the other day? Oh, what was it yesterday? I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
Which one?
The post, it was about the price of TRX still going down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw that.
You see that? I thought that was really interesting reading that.
It is.
Price going down, but Banker was still going up. So if TRX did go up, then it would just boom the price of Banker.
It's really fascinating because every single coin that does whatever, it kind of imitates each other. But Banker seems to kind of do its own thing, which is, even though it's on the Tron network, the Tron price never affects it, which is really good.
Mhm.
I always think if he's going to take it to other platforms and
Yeah.
or make his own blockchain one day or something.
Yeah. Well, last week we discussed that with Crypto4, didn't we? Whereabout he was saying that potentially he could take it to the dot network, was it? Or Polkadot?
To the what network?
Polkadot or dot. I think it's dot.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean the advantages in, you know, I mean, we've say this a million times. I mean, why is this not done on ETH? I mean, it is kind of done there. It's just the ETH fees. It's just the fees. The fees just eat. They just eat you up. I mean, imagine every roll, every update, every referral, every that $2, $3, $2, $3, $2, $3, $2, $3. It's like, I mean, it's not that it's not. It's just that. I mean, yeah, I don't know that many. I mean, DOT is that interesting. I still don't know how that's going to work out exactly, but
yeah. I think that's going to be kind of like a sort of mid-range one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Between X and E.
Yeah, Cardano. I mean, there's a couple other ones that are there. So if anything, it's a good thing to maybe do it here, where you test it, you perfect it, you kind of see how the tokenomics of it work, and then you can just go ahead and implement it, you know, somewhere else. It's just the fee. You know, the fees can be, killer. So if that's an advantage of it being on the Tron network, is that it's really relatively inexpensive, and it's it can actually be profitable. It's easier to be profitable, despite I wonder if you can pull up that graph later, because I think that we can talk about it, but I think that picture that was up is 1,000 words. I mean, we can actually just hold a moment of silence with that picture. Look how this is like.
I actually do have it. If you two talk for a second, I will find it and sort it
out. Have you sent me?
I'm gonna shut up. I talk enough. I'm gonna let you talk. You go for it.
Stage fright. I don't know. I'm on the spot now.
What sort of platforms are you in and stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same as you. To be honest, Bankroll was the best one I've seen by far. I see loads of people invite you to like Forsage and stuff like that, tell you about the next great thing, but they're all just Ponzi's. But then this is literally just out there on its own. No one's doing anything similar and it's just working so well.
Why not? Why don't other people do something similar? It should be, if it's so easy, why not doing something similar?
Maybe it's just like, I don't know, maybe people just want quick get-rich-quick schemes, and they don't want to put in the time that, I don't know, because you see so many like rug pulls and stuff. It's just greed, really, at the end of the day. So,
maybe it's just because it's easier to do Ponzi's than actually do real work.
Well, quick get rich. Yeah, I mean, Bankroll actually seems to care about the network and everything, whereas most others are like, invest in here, and bam, rug pull.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, look, we said it once. He seems like a really good developer, and any developer should care about their projects. Other than that, how do you ever trust the person? If a person doesn't care about his project, then how do you ever trust the person who doesn't? You would never hire somebody.
It's really good how he interacts with all the community as well as the chat.
I mean, it tells you. It's like just tells you, boom. Whether this or that or whatever. In the end, I mean, why do many of us join this platform? One, we like the community, but two, it also helps. Hey, cash flow for all. Can I do it where it adds a little extra value to my life? I don't have to work 5 days a week. I could work 3 or 4 days, and the other ones, and you have a different, some other passive income.
Exactly.
And that's really what it's supposed to be like, some passive income. And so far, that's how it is. It's not meant to support you your entire life, unless you're out there, like Roller or somewhere where they're just constantly just getting, 100 levels of people, or 500 levels of people all the way through,
Exactly. It's just, oh, sorry, go on, Tom.
Go ahead. What are we looking at? Why don't you go for it? We'll shut up now. We've talked enough.
I've got my dog snoring in the background. Good time in there, buddy. Yeah, so pretty much he's just given us the TRX graph, he's given us the BankerX graph. Then you can see that the TRX graph is just on the down, and you've got BankerX, which is, it is on the rise. Like, it never hits the same low; it's always slightly above, which shows it's just, it's on the bull run. It's still going up a little bit. Which pretty much said this is why you don't pull your funds into TRX ROI DApps, as they are zero sum without ability to compound. Yeah, he says when BankerX rises in sat value, it's because it is fighting downward trend of TRX. If TRX just did its job, we would already be to the moon. Bankroll is not the problem, TRX is. So to me, that kind of just says, as soon as, if Justin Sun sorts out the TRX platform, or even if it becomes a stablecoin like Crypto War said the other day and hangs around the same price, you should see BankerX even increasing in value, even if it does stay around the $1 price. That's kind of what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not. I wouldn't even say it's on a bull run, just because there's no other coin out there like it. It's like ETH better than ETH. It's like ETH 2.0 but better. So I mean, there's no other coin that you can do anything like this with. So it could just keep going up. Not just going up forever, but it's not exactly going to crash anytime soon, is it? Unless.
Right. You just want
what I mean is you get like Bitcoin, you can't really do anything with it, but then you got actual useful coins like BankerX. It's just
yeah, well, you can increase your value, and you can increase the amount of coins that you own.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitcoin, you kind of just have to sort of like hodl it
and gamble with it to
wait.
Money on it.
So trading definitely isn't the way. Which I think you've said that before, haven't you, Philly? Like, trading definitely isn't the right way to go.
Trading's literally just gambling. You like anyone who gets into crypto and starts trading to make money, they're not gonna. They're like I was about saying like 85% of people who get into crypto lose all their money. It's because they go like I've tried trading. It's so hard. You see a trend in the market, you go to act in it, and then by the time you even like clicked on sell, like to get the options up, there's about 1 billion bots have already sold before you, so you just lose it again.
Yeah.
The only way you can actually make money is if you just hodl and leave it, like don't look at it for weeks.
So do you know the history? Do you know the history of hodl? I always like that. I was like, why is it everyone's writing the first time? You're like, what is hodl? What's FOMO? What's this?
I love FOMO. I get such bad FOMO.
FUD. What's FUD? Every time I hear FUD, it's like Elmo FUD and like Sally Wabbit.
Like, what's FUD? I see it in the chat. I've never actually.
You know what FUD is? The FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt.
Oh, nice. I like
fear, uncertainty, doubt. It's like FOMO, fear. It's fear missing out. FUD, FOMO. It starts with the F word. There you go. How's it going, full family? I see you. But,
I saw it in the chat and it was like no FUD. I thought it was going to be something bad, but it turns out it's even worse. So.
Yeah, fear, uncertainty, doubt. Stop fudding. Stop fudding. I'm asking. You can ask questions without fudding. Fudding just means it's like you're just kind of. It's like why questions. Why questions are supposed to meant to shut you up, right? Yeah. How, when, who, what, but why? It's like saying, why did Trump win? Why do we have an insurrection? That's a stupid question. No answers. And it's also useless. What is sometimes a lot of times it can just be useless. Why did the universe start?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, come on. Why do we live? Useless. I mean, it's totally useless. And it's kind of saying what is the most natural conclusion to life?
Yeah.
Death is the most natural conclusion to life. So does it really matter what the conclusion of life is? Like, hell no. Take me through the scenic. I want to do everywhere. I want to do everything. I want to make a couple mistakes. I need to get vaccinated for something. Be useless in some other way. But a lot of times the why or the stuff just doesn't matter. Just go through the scenic route. Enjoy it. Enjoy the stuff. Many times I say, one of my best expressions that I use all the time is to be, live. Whatever you're doing is like building the train tracks in front of a moving train. It doesn't always go straight, but if you're lucky enough, you'll reach your destination. So enjoy it. Right?
I like having a good time, not a long time.
Yes. And I got a vaccine for you too, just in case if you enjoy it too much. Someone told me this is funny, and this is one of my really, really good friends who, if you have good friends long enough, you realize how different you are, how different you can be, and how different your beliefs can be. But it doesn't matter, you know that underneath all the beliefs that we all have, we're usually tend to be decent human beings that want to do something better, right? So it's like, right. I've been enjoying, I've been outside, I've been partying here, partying there, all of us without a mask. Delicious, right? Delicious to do all this stuff without a mask. I was like, oh man, hell yeah. It's like going to an orgy without a condom. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's why the orgy comment came out earlier, because I was literally talking to the person. I won't say him or her. I was talking to the person a while ago before getting to this. It was someone I've known since high school. Known more than half my life. We've known each other forever. And it's like, yeah, it's like going to the orgy without a condom. Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Where's my Austin Powers shirt? I need to get that.
So do you know when do you sort of know when Reactor's coming out, Philly?
No, I guess it's someone says, when is Reactor coming out? When is ready?
Well, I don't think Reactor's even a contract, is it? It's just additions to contracts, no?
It's a contract. I mean, they're all contracts.
Yeah. By his place, obviously he's added a bit into I can't remember what it was. I think he's in Swap X already, hasn't he?
Yeah, but he's integrating it into Swap X, I thought.
I thought it was just additions to each contract to make to basically stop Bankroll from to burn off more Bankroll and make it more valuable and not necessarily valuable, that's the wrong thing, but more just to burn it off quicker basically and tokenize it.
I mean, I always say that we've talked about how every tool, every game, or talk about games, every contract's has been an evolution, right? Like Stockpile is an evolution of Stronghold. Flow is kind of an evolution also of Stockpile, a little bit different. And this is kind of an evolution of Swap X, and how do you maintain price? How do you do it where, it talks a lot about TRX price declining, which there's not a lot of stuff we can do in terms of that except consuming TRX, but it's a giant community, so there's not much. And I mean, in Bitcoin pricing, you showed the graph earlier where it was like how Bitcoin, how we're TRX decreasing in Satoshi values, right? So I mean, it's almost like you're fighting against the current. Here we are going like this. So if we actually maintain price, you're doing a great job if you're maintaining the price despite that current. So how do you add in? I mean, and he, at one point I remember him saying something about balancer. It's like, well, how does balancer exactly work? How do you do it? So is it kind of a concept in terms of balancer where things are kind of like that, and doing it with Bankroll X and stuff like that? Again, you can always join us. You can tell us more. You can write it somewhere. Maybe we should go to Telegram. Hey, we're on the live stream. Can you please explain this? I will say this that the Patreon in the last couple of days, it's paid its value. It's great. I like to say patron. Do you want to be a patron? It's like VIP. Oh, you're a VIP patron. It's like, no, the VIP is part of it. I'm a very important patron. I want to go like a Don Julio thing, Don Julio. I'm a patron. And if you join Patron, look what you get. Yes. Enjoy that. Yes.
All right.
I've been putting out there every time in terms of like, hey, if you become a Patron, can we get one of these? I like it.
Yeah, I need to buy one of those. I'm so jealous of it.
Yeah, I want to do it like in like a hat or stuff like that. I still got to get the one with kid sizes, and I still can't do it. So
I want I want bank teller to make a bankroll hat so we can get it.
Well, I mean, you can always take the thing and make your own. I mean, there's places that make your own. Of course, we'd have to tell.
But we want to give him our money for a thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, I could airdrop it. I could airdrop it to him, but it'd be nice to get a hat.
Yeah, it's funny because someone was texting earlier about having fat fingers, and I said something very inappropriate. I'm not sure how appropriate it would be to say it here, but it was definitely very inappropriate. It's like, man, I'm fat fingering my phone. I don't know how to. I need, it's like I can't do it. And I was like, hit it with your member. Just type with your member, smaller. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, look at it. Fine needle point. I can fine needle point, my friends.
Mine's not that accurate. It goes for anything. Sorry. Yeah, it literally goes for anything. So
it's all manly. Men, fine needle point.
What's this? Tron.
Yeah, so this price of TRX. Bloody hell. Mate, to be fair, it is up 101% for the year.
It's what? It's up 100.
101% for the year. It's up.
What's it? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was the same price like last year as well, though.
No.
I always wonder with these charts where it says 100% up from the year. That's only from this point last year, no?
See, if you go to max, it's a lot different picture.
Yeah.
So.
But let's just say the last year. I mean, at the same time, so the last year, right? We showed the chart earlier that Bitcoin has been up over 385%. I think it was. Oh, at least three times. At least three times.
Yeah, 3 times.
Let's go 3 times, and this is up 1 time. Okay, so it has lost its value in comparison to Bitcoin. I mean, that's really what all the coins are at, right? You compare all the coins to Bitcoin. Have they held their value in comparison to Bitcoin? I mean, and I don't know of too many coins, if there's any coin that's held its value for Bitcoin. Maybe in a 1-year period, but over the course of their life.
Not technically, Ethereum hasn't really held its value against Bitcoin either.
Yeah.
Right.
Last time Bitcoin hit, was it 19,500? I think it was on the last in 2000.
Yeah, Ethereum hit 1,400. Was it 1,500?
Yeah, 1,400, 1,500, and it's at the moment it looks like it's even struggling to.
It hit 1,300 for like a few days. It was sitting comfortably there. Then just when Bitcoin drops, that just lost it as well.
Yeah. In comparison to Bitcoin was sitting what 41 at that time, and it still couldn't push above the 1.5 mark. So
yeah, it's got a massive deficit to make up for sure, but it probably hasn't had its run yet.
Well, now it's going to ETH 2.0, the whole stake, where it goes from proof of work to proof of stake. Where you just need 32 ETH to do it. It's like
32 ETH to do it.
32 ETH is like.
Just get my 32 ETH out.
Or you could come over to TRX with low gas fees and.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they said 32 ETH, I almost lost all sphincter tone gone. I mean, I come back to Tron like I regained my confidence. I mean, it's like, whoa. I mean, there's your reactor right there. Whoa. But how about you, Steven? Are you in flow?
Yeah, I'm in flow.
How's it going for you?
Oh, it's going brilliantly. I love it. I've just rolled every day, 2 or 3 times a day, pretty much. I've got probably, I dread to think how many accounts in it at the moment. Probably about touching on 8, 10, something like that. Yeah. It's pretty easy to recruit people into as well, but I kind of hate pitching it to people like that because it sounds like a Ponzi when you're like, oh yeah, join and we all get bibs off each other. And
so how do you explain that it's not a Ponzi? What do you tell them?
I really struggle because instantly when people think it's a Ponzi, it's really hard to get that out of their mind. So I think the best way probably is to not mention about any of the flow aspect of it until they get the basic grasp of how it works, and then be like, oh, by the way, the divs flow through the chain. But I mean, Ponzi, I think you told me the other day, was like you get it on entry or something, don't you? That's the definition of Ponzi.
the best way to describe it is you don't need new money to pay old money.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the best way, I think.
Best way is like you don't need a single reference.
Yeah.
You don't need a single one. You just join, and you get 1% of BankerX every day.
Yeah.
That's the best way. That's the best way I explain. It.
Yeah,
Well,
100%. Every 100 days you get ROI, and well, for 3.5.
It's like, well, what do I do at the end of the year? It's like, look, or just roll every day.
Yeah,
roll every day,
roll every day, and then take out occasionally when you need to.
And take out occasionally, and sometimes it depends on what the amount is, because it's like, well, you know, it really should not be something that we put in money where it makes us struggle. You know, I said it about many times. Don't bet your mortgage.
Oh,
you know,
man.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, crypto is probably the most addictive drug I've ever had. Like, if you have someone on heroin, just give them 50 quid in crypto and see how quickly they kick that habit.
Hold on, Steven. This is important. I want you to know this. I want to make sure you know this. Crypto doesn't put out.
Okay, yeah. Second.
I just want to make sure. I mean, when it doesn't make that donut, it's not putting out.
I'm just waiting on it. Someday it will.
I just want to make sure we got this clear. Right? You know, you shouldn't be betting everything. No. I mean. No, it's the thing is it's you know, I mean, whatever it is, I mean, this is, I never like to give advice because I always tell them what I did. It was like, this is what my idea was always, is like, yeah, I do take out. I mean, I do, you know, I like the ideas of incentives of the airdrops and other stuff. I mean, I think the airdrops is just brilliant. There's a way of it not only incentivizing, but also making sure that everyone's doing their piece and their bit. You know, but also kind of rewarding those that are doing that type of hard work.
It's lovely, like how the community has just embraced airdropping. Like, it's basically giving money away, and everyone just loves doing it as well.
Well, I mean, it was like we were doing something called the bonus wallet. Have you ever heard of the bonus wallet?
No.
Oh, you should definitely join my chain. So, bonus wallet. How about you, Crypto? You've heard of the bonus wallet, right?
I've heard of the bonus wallet.
Is that the one at the top?
That's the bonus wallet is the ultimate airdrop. It keeps on giving. It never stops. I mean, I got to admit, from my people from the Discord, we did the idea was, initially it was a brief idea. It's like, you know what, you guys just join me, a minimum of 100, and the fifth wallet will be mine, and it'll be 500. But everyone minimum 100. Guess what? It's on the blockchain, so you can see what everyone deposits, right? It was like, whoa, and then Pac over there does this like, oh, what? You're gonna do 5? I'm gonna do 1,000. I was like, what? This is crazy. You're doing 1,000. Your last wallet's gonna be 1,000. And then forget it. Then he went 10,000. It's like everybody joins me, put a 1,000 BankerX chain, and the 10th wallet or 15th wallet is mine. Is gonna be 10,000. And then he took it up a notch, went 20,000. And then of course, and then all of a sudden you get people just joining in left and right. It's because then and they're fighting, they're bidding to be the next to last wallet, because they know that next one is 10 times bigger than the other ones. And then it's just like, whoa, I want to be that one. I want to get, because that's going to be a 10% boost. And so next thing you know, you got 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, getting to the 7th spot, 8th spot, because everyone wants to be on the top, right? But no, they're bidding to be the next to last wallet, to be that massive wallet. I mean, that's the ultimate airdrop, because it just keeps boom, boom, boom. I mean, that 20,000 wallet rolls 200 a day.
Yeah. Damn.
That is fucking amazing.
I
want to be in your chain, Philly.
Yeah. I wish I could ditch my current chat now. I'm joking.
Yeah. So I mean, we still do that. I still do that. I mean, because the airdrops, because that's the ultimate airdrop. Because then you can be, because then it comes from the bottom. So because everybody wants to be on the top, but there's advantages to being on the bottom. And as you're bidding to the bottom, then the people on the top also get to eat. I mean, there might be a little bit separate, and you have to be very diligent about getting your other referrals and stuff. I mean, but that's when the side wallet stuff comes on, and we've talked about this, right? The side wallets. It's like, man, I'm just gonna, if you want to get 15 levels deep on your chain, then you need to get organic referrals, right? Or it's because if not, I'm just gonna create a new wallet and refer myself. You know, and someone said, well, those are the scam wallets because they're not organic and they don't grow. It's like, you know what? That's actually true. Just give it away to somebody. Give it away. You're going to do it anyways. And if anything, if someone does it, you know, just say, hey, you know what? Just put it in and I'm going to refund you. And if you've been in the community long enough, plenty of people can vouch for you. Says, yeah, he's gonna refund you. So he puts it in, you refund them, then guess what? If they want to be smart enough, they'll put it in again. So they've doubled their investment. So basically, you put in the 10, no one refunds you. You put in the 20, and then you get a bunch of organic side wallets. And then they say, hey, you know what? I do airdrops. But the minimum is 50.
Minimum is 50.
It is 50, right?
It is.
Yeah.
So you're giving them 10, you got them started. And so what do? They bring it up to 50. I mean, right now, what is with Bankroll? 70, 80 cents? Man. So all I got to do is what? Put another 20, 30 bucks and I get divided. Absolutely. I'll put it out there. I take 100 bank. I have on the 15th, I'm doing it on my chain. On the 15th, I'm doing it on my chain. I'm going to take 100 Bankroll. I'm going to give it to everyone who has at least 100. Well, we've evolved to 100. I've already given the 50 out. So, and there's more. Right. So it's like, okay, so do it at 100. And what happens? And that person has to increase, and it's 100 net. Right. So it's 100 net. So they have to keep, I mean, they can keep rolling and claiming, but at that time, you've kind of learned about the system and you kind of figure out, hey, you know what? I started this doing free and I can see the value of it. I can see what's going on. So there's someone out there who's willing to give me to reward me for putting more money in myself. Mind blown. I think about it. It's like, because I'm thinking, I can put it out there. No, but I'm rewarding people for investing in themselves. That's all you got to do. You invest in yourself. So I give you 10, so you put in 10, I refund you your 10, and I'll give you 20 TRX. And then next thing you know, I'll reward you if you get to 50. All you got to do is invest in yourself. And then once you get to 50, I'm going to reward you again to getting into 100. At that time, at 100, I've already, and what is the gain for me? The gain for me is that the branches are stronger, it flows up, and I can keep airdropping.
Yeah.
And then the airdrops is all about incentives. So yeah, that's my chain. Join. U.S. Army now. Yeah, I can walk away now. I'm dropping my phone. I'm walking away.
We need you.
No, I mean, but that's way. I mean, and the other one is like, okay, well, we can't always be, we can't be there. It's like, well, hey, listen, as long as we have a chain that everyone has at least 100, where we verified at least 100, I'll do 3 times I'll do 3 times that amount on the last wallet. That's fine. It's like, what's the last wallet? I don't know. You guys decide. Number 10, number 11, number 12. I'm taking a step back. I'm burnt out. You guys, I'm burnt out. Now I just want, you know what? I got to roll. I should have done that. I should do that where it was like, oh, let's roll and let's see where we're at. Well, I mean, right now we're almost at the top of the hour, so I'm going to do that and let's see how it's flowing. Let's see how it's flowing. So let me go in.
How often do you roll?
So let's see. I rolled last night before going to bed. I rolled this morning. I'll probably roll again right now. I roll 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah, same as.
Maybe more. Depends. I mean, how many indirect references do you have, or directs and directs do you have?
We got, to be fair, in NRD's chain or NDR. What's the name? NDR, isn't it?
NDR. Yeah. What do you know what NDR stands for? I'm going to out them right now. What do you think it stands for? Ooh. NDR.
No direct records. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know? No dicking around.
Oh, well, I was nearly said something with dick in it. But I thought this was a pair
Netherlands. NDR, the Netherlands. Netherlands. I think so. I mean, it could be wrong. He's gonna.
It makes sense. He has a Dutch flag in his name.
Yeah, no. NDR. It's how do I know this? How do I know this? I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm from the Caribbean, right? Why would a Puerto Rican know anything about Europe? But because Netherlands and Teals. That's Aruba, Curacao, St. Martin. I'm sure there's another one in there too. They're all part of the Netherlands also. In a World Baseball Classic, when you guys watch baseball, one of the funniest things is that the Netherlands and Puerto Rico played against each other, right? The Puerto Ricans were the blonde ones. The brown ones were the Netherlands. True story. Not kidding. Roger Stadium. You know, you look, there was a thing, it was something where all the Puerto Ricans dyed their hair blonde. So it's like, wait, something's wrong here. The Puerto Ricans are the blonde ones.
So on NDR's one, I've got 15 directs and 217 match.
Yeah, NDR is killing it.
Yeah. To be fair though, from what I've seen on the Telegram, he worked on that, didn't he? And in the
so he's cheating.
Yeah.
He has experience. He's cheating.
He's cheating.
Cheater. Oh, he's really gonna be mad at me.
I'm 6 and 109 on his chain.
It's pretty decent though.
Let me see.
Need to get that 15. What's he on? 880.
Oh, jeez.
How many of those are you? 800.
Me? Hey,
what we can't see is
when you got it good, what? I just cloned myself. Why not? That's good. I might as well just clone myself. I can have my own orgy. Oh, actually, no. I changed my mind. I cannot. I know where I've been. No. My wife's out there too. She's gonna listen to me. I got my ring. No, I mean honestly, look, of the ones here, it's funny because at least more than half. No, let me see. These are mine. Of the directs, these are mine. That's my kids and my godkids. I created one for each one, and I just roll them. You know?
Yeah, I've started making one for every family member as well.
Yeah. No, so I did that, and I did that knowing that it's like I'm just gonna create these, and they're not the 1 or 10. They were started out the 100. One started out 1,000, and it was just because this is for my kids and this is for my godkids, and I'm just gonna roll them. That's the whole purpose. Just roll. You know, and it's like, well, how did you do that? You didn't know this project. You haven't been in this project so long. It's like, it's okay. At the moment, you know, when we started with Bankroll, what was the value of it? A lot less than it was now.
Yeah.
Right.
It was actually a lot higher when we got into it.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I put $800 in straight away.
It was like 800 TRX coin at first, wasn't it? When it first came out and no one knew what to do with it.
Well, that was the limited.
That was a lot of fun.
I was a wall of shamer. I got in 1 minute before it was officially released because I saw the million going in there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, now it's time, John."
Yeah, you were one of the people that had to be refunded.
How quick
did you did not have a fun night then, did he?
Well,
how quick did you get the farm complex on release?
I don't know,
with Bankroll, I mean, for like Farm 2.0, because that was a lot of fun midnight when it came out.
Oh yeah, mate, mopped up then. That was fun.
Yeah,
like, just watching Bankroll crash to was it like 30 cents or something, and it's just, you're pulling out like $100 every like 2 or 3 minutes, and then at the end you've got like all your money in one account and all your crypto in another account, and you're like, oh, I've got the same amount of crypto still, and all my money is on the other side now. It's insane.
Yeah. No. It was funny too because it was like, here it is, all pretty, beautiful. What do we got? Nothing.
No,
but I mean, it was a, you know, that's what, like, it's like when we talk about realized games and unrealized games. Like when you go in there, if you wouldn't sell it, you would have held it. Yeah, you know, you're like, oh, but I was out so much. It's like, were you really out of it? You know, but you have to know anything that comes out. If you look at most of the coins when they first come out, they go poof, and they go poof, and poof, and poof, and poof. You know, almost all of them at some point they kind of do a little bit of that, and that's just part of it. And then all of a sudden, Flow comes out. I mean, you know,
Flow is genius. Flow, I did not see it coming, but it is absolutely genius. There's still 100% tax as well, and it's so fucking brilliant.
It is. It is, and I mean, and that's the thing, I mean, and that's why people are like, well, what's the mentality? I mean, you can all take out at the same time. It's like, yes, and we can all sell our. How many times do I say? We can all sell our
who's
Tesla
going to do it when everyone's making money? No one's going to be like, I want to fuck this up. Like,
So right, I mean, the point of it is, it's like, you know, it's like the point of it is, what's the point? Well, the point is that you roll, you claim, roll, you claim. Why? So you maintain the value. Actually, if you really all wanted to be, you know, I'm not saying this is what ever happened. You know what? You want to get in a better position? Let's all roll. Let's all claim. Let's all claim all at once. And what's going to happen? Price is going to go, whoa! And then what's going to be? Time to get a new one.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Discount.
Let's just do it. Bankroll claim day. And then, because we know, and everybody's like, oh, the price is like we're doing it on purpose. We want more. We want more. I mean, really, you could almost do that. I'm not saying, I'm not recommending it. Bank Telecom banned me from the Telegram. Come on.
Yeah, well, let's see if Bank
Our live studio feed is about to die now. Or program now. No, but I mean, why? You know, but again, because it's not. That's why you talk about it's not the price of the coin.
The price don't matter at all. That's the brilliant thing about it.
It's the adoption. It's the TVL. It's this, right? That's kind of what we have to look at. So, you know, if you really wanted to organize yourself and do something like that, let's just all claim at once. Claim day.
I think a lot of people are trying to just claim on the weekends or something, can't they? And then
I mean, for a while, that's kind of what I was doing. I mean, you know, I did say I was unemployed, right? No, I mean, and you got to claim. Look, if you're going to do airdrops, how are you going to do airdrops without claiming?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you going to do a bonus wallet without claiming? Unless you bring more fiat. And I'm fiated out. I'm unemployed. So, you know, and then, you know, I'm already Banker X heavy. So everything is, you know, so I still have my other coins, which I decided that I'm going to leave those there. I'm not going to touch, you know, Cardano, Polkadot.
It's hard to leave them when Bankroll. It's hard to leave them when Bankroll's such a great network, isn't it?
It is. But at the same time, it's good to be diversified. I mean, even bank tellers.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
How many times does he say it? He's, you know, you got to be in Bitcoin. You got to be in BBC. He's in balance.
No one wants all their eggs in one basket because you set yourself up for failing then.
You have to, you know, and if you're a good leader, you lead by example. And the example is like you have a great network, but you also have to be part of something bigger.
Yeah.
And you know, there are other networks, other coins, and other stuff which have their value. I mean, Balancer is brilliant. It's just the ETH fees. You know, I started out with Uniswap, and I loved Uniswap. I was like, oh my god, I love Uniswap. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I got 400 of their coins, and I was like, what? I got 400. Like, wow, that's awesome. I sold it when it was at 6. I did keep some though, but anyway. But you know, but it's the same. You know, it's the same. You have to take it. It's all a game, and you got to. Are you in good position or not? What position are you in? I mean, when the news of Reactor, when all of a sudden more news of Reactor came on, you know, what happened with Banker and Banker X there for a second? Banker's what happened with X? You know, it's just, you know, it was kind of, you can see it. This one's up 20%, this one's down 20%. And it's almost like these people are getting into this. And then all of a sudden new news hits on Patreon about possible what Reactor is going to be. And, you know, of course, if you're a Patreon holder, you're like, time to reposition. And that's exactly what he did. It all stays within the belly of the beast. Repositioned. Buy, trade, sell. We're a good point. Boom, buy it again. Get some more. So
yeah, we talked about that last week, didn't we? About when we were saying we sold all our bank.
And this is what, and last week I was at 60,000 Banker. No, 60,000 Stronghold. Now I'm at 100.
Hey, well done. Milestone. So I need to get. I'm not far off 50. That's my point.
No, hey, but it was because news broke out, and I decided it was a risk. I took a calculated risk, but it all stayed within the belly of the beast, and the goal was, okay, now I can get into better position. Whoop, put it right back in again.
Yeah. What are you doing banker wise, like with the bank token?
Like, what do you mean?
Like,
well,
you just
putting it in stack or
sorry, I heard both of you. I couldn't hear one.
Are you in stack or are you just holding banker?
No, so I was in Stack. And I was also on Stronghold. And then when some information, then suddenly, then all of a sudden I just sold them both. All of it. Sold all of it.
And then Stronghold's brilliant. Stronghold's arguably as good as Flow.
Oh yeah. No. But my intention of selling was not to get away from it. My intention of selling was to get in a better position.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that's
what you did with Flow. When you say that's why you're up to 100. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a milestone.
Yeah. Came out 25,000 TRX on the positive side. It's a win.
Hey. Well, I've got to say my Stronghold's in a lot better position now. I kind of I think I put about 11,000 in when it first came out, and I just left it and kind of I rolled it, but I just kind of forgot about it. And then when the 500 APYs come along, it just went whoop. So, and with the price of Banker went up, it went from like 600 to like nearly $2,000 now. So I'm happy with that.
No, I like it, and we talk, and the idea is like it's okay to, I mean, it's a trade, it's a market, it's okay to reposition, it's okay to move stuff in between. I went there. Actually, what I did was I sold all my Banker and sold all my hold, bought tons of Banker X. Banker X was up 20%, and then I sold it back into the Stronghold. But but that's what I did. I don't recommend anybody what I did, because I could have lost. You could lose big at the same time. It's like, hey, you know what?
I don't do that, because if I do that, the market goes the opposite way. So
yeah.
The market would have hit below what I bought it for the second I sold it. So
yeah, but can you just sell all your Banker quick so it goes up?
Yeah, right. You guys pay me a couple of grand each, and I'll sell all my Banker, and you can make money.
Yeah. Well, someone's like, well, why would you claim if everyone claims all at once? That means the price is going to be lowest, and you were going to sell it at the lowest point. I was like,
I never even look at the price when I'm claiming it, because.
And I was like, just because I say claim doesn't mean you're going to sell it that day. Then you roll for every other day, and then you sell it then. Jesus, come on.
So. Okay, so we've got this guy says, "Hey guys, should we hodl our Banker?"
Oh, we didn't even talk about what hodl is.
Can't move at the moment.
We talk about what's hodl.
Hold on for dear life.
Hold on, dear life. Remember where that came from?
Game of Thrones, I'm going to say.
Well, it was supposed. This is the story I've heard. Is that someone kept typing really fast, and instead of writing hold, it would put hodl.
Oh, so it's not hodl.
Yeah, huddle. So they were type. It's basically from a typo from typing, and it was always huddle. So, I like that. I like that huddle.
Yeah, huddle gang.
Oh, look, what did we talk to? We said it already a time. Banker's supposed to be like Bitcoin's supposed to be the gold. It's already all mine, so it's limited. So,
it's better than gold, better than Bitcoin, because it gets burnt as well.
Not only that, but where? So, what have we talked about? 5% of flow goes where?
5% of flow goes into Stronghold, doesn't it?
Stronghold.
And then another 2% goes into burning bank. I can't remember.
5% buyback is 5% buyback of Banker.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
But not only that, but what is Stronghold pegged to? One of Stronghold is one of Banker.
Yeah. So
Stronghold does better, Banker does better.
Yeah.
The biggest difference, honestly, is that hold gives you TRX, so it gives you the emissions, which if you need it, you can either roll into get more, or if you need it for energy or stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of what I do. And
oh, that's on it.
That sounds almost dirty.
Right, I'll tell you what though, we'll
disinfect you. That's what happens. You don't use. That's what happens when you don't use protection. You need a sack spray. And just in case if something really itches.
Got some nut rub. Oh.
This of course was a good Christmas gift, but I love it.
Ballsy. Nice.
I'm telling you, this is
Is it
better than
good?
Bitcoin. That should be a meme coin.
Talking of which, Tom, Doggy Coin's up like 260% for the year and it's holding on 80.
Which one?
Yeah.
Doggy Coin.
Oh,
The shit coin, which is the first meme coin, isn't it? So it's an antique. So it's always going to do well.
It is. I mean, there's a lot of coins that are really doing well. I mean, some people are still mining Ethereum Classic despite all the 51% attacks. They're still doing well. It's actually a profitable mining.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Monero is another one, and the other ones, and you know, there's a lot of people still mining some of those, and you know, I'm not sure. So it's like, someone said it's like mining is profitable, but holding them or hodling them is more profitable.
Yeah, I've never tried mining. You got like factories of £10,000 a pop warehouse rig, like mining rigs.
Oh, I do it. I do it with my computer. I do it with my computer here. I can actually shut off when the AC or the heating goes off. I just put it there in mind, and it's enough heat for the house. I mean, it's just a.
Yeah. Winter, it's very profitable.
I guess you remind me of back in my days when I used to overclock my computer, and I had like a bond cooler. You know, I was using water and stuff, pelletizing it. It was just. And I would overclock it back in the days of the Thunderbirds where you use a little pencil and you use the same thing on the Radeon cars and you do little pencil tricks and all of a sudden it's like, I mean, and the exhaust was in the front, right? So I'm sitting here where I had the computer and I was cold and I would just put it here. Oh yeah, I'm sitting on my desk in the center and I was like,
wait, was this with the nut rub or?
Yeah, definitely. It was constant blowing. I'm talking about PG-13 blowing, not the X-ray blowing.
Oh, I was going to say, I wouldn't say it doesn't put out.
But I was like, I mean, guys, you can be cold, dude. You'd be there typing and stuff, and you're like, yeah. Awesome flow sauce, Eddie. Oh yeah. So he just commented. Eddie is one of my friends from back home in Puerto Rico, and he just joined, and he joined, and he got his wife joined, and he had a bunch of people join, and you know they all joined, and you know, and so so this is how it gets real, right? I mean, you just have people join and stuff like that, and it's like, well, should I join the chain or should I join? It's like, look, when it comes to family and stuff, joining a chain is good. I always you know, but this is what I did. I'm not going to tell you what you do. When my wife joined, she joined me directly. That's it. That's the pairing, right? No, go on. It's like, no, you're going to nobody. You're going underneath me. So if it's family, it's like brothers and sisters. Yeah, brothers, you can either put them on a chain, but if just put them directly. I mean, honestly, the funny thing is that I have wallets, like I was talking about wallets for my kids and stuff. And so I'm dealing with all these wallets, like, oh my God, I got to send TRX, I got to roll in every day. It's like, well, you know, and then, you know, then I think my sister joined too. I still haven't talked to her about it. My sister joined too. And then I was like, you haven't rolled. Oh, yeah, it's been like a week. Just roll.
You're not roll for them.
You missed all the compounding interest. What's wrong with you? I gave it to you. Just roll. Let's do it. You can come back. I'm gonna do it for you.
We got one of our friends into it called Joe, and he messaged me the other night at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, be like, "Can't sleep, can't stop thinking about Bankroll." Oh.
Someone else waiting for crypto to put out.
What does BT talk about in his new Patreon post? You're gonna have to join the Patreon, I think. We can't just give out his yeah, we can't talk about that. You got to join the Patreon post. You got to join it.
Be a patron.
It's like $5 a month. It's worth it.
I think he's lowered it, hasn't he? $4.50 now.
Yeah, but $5 is like $4. So,
yeah.
I just did that. I just paid up front for the yearly patron. That's what's like, I want a patron. I'm gonna give you an offer. I can't refuse. You can't refuse.
Oh, okay, how about this? You make a nothing flow to be able to pay for his Patreon.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. At least
and with the news going on, it was great.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy if we start giving out his paid advice.
Just
no, I mean, if someone put their swap
for one day and buy the Patreon.
Yeah.
One day. It's worth it. It's good. There's some good read on that, and you can all help me in my campaign to get some Bankroll baseball caps. Keep commenting that.
We even talked about it the other day. It's like, because it was like, well, we could use, it's like, well, you can use it elsewhere. It's like, there's nothing that's really stopping you from saying, if you wanted to charge people the subscription or whatever, there's nothing stopping you from saying, you can pay me in Banker X. What's stopping you? Nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Send you from your Clever wallet.
Brilliant, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. What stops you? Is there really anything that's stopping you from using it as a currency? No. I think sometimes what stops us is our imagination. It's only there, right? It's only there.
Give me some Banker X, I'll get you a cap that says Bankroll.
Okay, I'll send you some now. If I send you a certain amount each month, will you send me certain Bankroll items each month? You can totally do that.
I mean, someone put their SwapX and Reactor equals flow exponential. What do you guys think about that?
What's that again?
Say that again.
They put SwapX plus Reactor equals flow to the exponent to the power of 2.
Flow to the power of 2. So
I think that was the title of his. Wasn't that the title of his post in Patreon?
This is why I thought it wasn't going to be a new contract. I thought it's just going to be added on to the other contracts. So like this, because I thought that he was hinting that he'll make additions to SwapX, probably to Stack as well, to all tie them in better basically, and mint more tokens.
Well, minting doesn't really add to the value. Minting actually decreases value, right? Because the more you mint, the more the value is spread between more coins, right? So then, how would it? Yeah, unless we're thinking of like Reactor, unless the Reactor does something where part of the tax goes to stockpile.
Well,
yeah,
that would make sense. Yeah, or I'm thinking probably Stack, because Stack's kind of been left behind now.
Well, I mean, Stack is Banker, right? Stack is, you're banking. Basically, you put in Banker, and then they're earning the Banker that's bought back. So, so I guess it's funny how it's flow to the squared. So how does flow to the squared? And I'm not saying you're wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think it's. I'm not having a seizure here. Just no.
I mean, I just can't see where we can go from flow, because it just brought it out. It's really good. It's successful. It's taken loads of Banker X off the market.
And also it's increased the popularity of the platform as well. Like, so many more people have got involved with Bankroll.
Yeah, which is crazy when you think of it. For investing in a platform that instantly just takes all your tokens or all your money. Yeah, I know you're going to get it back, but for that risk, if you're new to the platform, it's insane that many people are adopting it.
And no one questions it. I've not had one person question that.
Yeah.
Like, people go to get in the stronghold and they're like, 10%.
10% in, 10% out. Oh, I don't know.
You go to flow and it's like, you don't say anything about it. But it's like,
you're like, 100% gone. Yeah, take my money. You know what? I'm gonna save up and put more.
Well, and that's what's funny, right? I mean, a lot of us are in this thing. It's like, how long is this gonna last forever? Nothing lasts forever. Stop asking stupid questions.
Yeah, nothing lasts forever.
Again, the goal was always, for me, is like, well, let's just see how things go after a year, or let's see how things go.
I'm sure he has a plan for after flow as well. So I'm sure flow isn't going to die on its own. I'm sure it's going to die because he wants to change the platform into something else, or evolve it somehow.
So go ahead, tell us what.
Don't know. His mind's way too clearly up for me.
Come on, let's get the crystal ball.
It's a platform that it burns 101% of your tokens that you put in.
All right. I mean, he did put at one point. I remember one of the podcasts. He says is like, if he makes 10 million, he might do it again all over with a different team. With a team. Right?
Yeah.
So, Bankroll will be a big player if Reactor successful once we reach 100 million. Yeah, 100 million. 100 million. Then all of a sudden, I mean, that's the truth, right? Now, imagine. I want you to pick your. Now, you know how we talked about how the coins initially go poof when they skyrocket, when they go like public, you know, because you're right. I mean, I think it's once it's further out there, then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, and that's when you'll really want to hodl your banker and your banker.
Yeah, 100%.
Then you'll be like, what? I mean, what, you know, it's like I think at one point, what, banker was at 0.8 TRX or something like that. I mean, do you think anyone are saying, any of them are saying
how
it's
much
like,
did we own them, Tom?
A lot. I think I had about 10,000 then.
We had more than that. We had, I think, 14,000-ish.
Yeah, it could have been around that.
Yeah.
If you would have hodled that then, how would you be doing now?
Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, yeah, probably better, but I mean, the platform's pretty good itself. That would have been a lot of dead money that you wouldn't have been making money on in the meantime. I
don't know anybody that would say I had 11,000 Bitcoin, which is worth 50 cents, and say that's dead money now.
Well, yeah, I know that's true. But what I mean is, the platform's done a lot in the meantime.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just kidding. Hey, look, we all can't read the crystal ball, right? We all can't read the crystal ball. The one thing I do, this is the one thing that we could say. I mean, I like, you know, I think we talked about it almost every week, and you said, how is it not a Ponzi? How is it not a Ponzi, right? It's every time, right? Because it's like, well, what comes in is taken out immediately. It's for someone else, right? Here, what comes in generates a coin. So the coin will always be generated.
I think the hardest thing to explain to, well, apart from the fact that the flow aspect says not a Ponzi, is the fact that because he's making his own token, it's not like anywhere's losing money, because everyone's like, oh, where's all this money coming from? He's generating the token himself. It's the same as a central bank printing money.
Yeah, well, it's funny, truly, because the thing is like, really, who generates the money?
Yeah, exactly. Central banks.
Who mints the money, right? Because the money, the contract itself has a generate. You know, it's a passive income. As soon as you join, you actually generate it from the money you put in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's no different from a central bank at the end of the day.
Yeah. So you're generating a coin. It's just like, well, how? Yeah, I mean, somebody put that. Gotta clear that Ponzi part for newbies. This is easy. You don't need a single referral. Put in your money, you get 1% a day. 1% in Banker X a day. 1%. Banker X every day.
Although technically you can't join without a referral.
Well, the referral would be that, you know, let's say the bank teller. I mean, you have to have a referral, but you're exactly right. But I'm saying you don't need to have a downline. You don't need to have. You don't need to have.
If you're completely on your own, didn't know anyone, you'd still make 1%. You'll still make your money back in 100 days.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we talk about, like, let's say, you know, hey, look, you know what? I've got money to invest. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that marketing and stuff. It's like, what do you do? It's like, well, then that's what you want to do that. Then join one of the teams that are out there. You know, there's multiple teams that have minimums. It's just what, you know, that's what, how much do you want to put in? 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, up to you. Whatever you want to put in. A lot of those teams will have the minimums, so that way it's fair for everybody. So the people are always in between there, and you can join them, and they'll do all the work for you, everything. You don't have to do anything. Just boom, join.
Sit back, do airdrops.
Yep.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is care. That's right, Care Bear. Sharing is caring. But that, and let's say even you don't want to do that, then just join Bank Teller. You say you don't want to join a team. You just want to join Bank Teller. Just join Bank Teller.
Yeah, just
join Bank Teller. Put your money in, and right. I'll say that. You know, a lot of times if you at least have one referral, you'll he's done the airdrops multiple times. I mean, there's people joining just for the airdrops. They're all joining. I'm just going to join just for the airdrops. It's like,
yeah,
that's fine.
I think I got one the other day. I think it's the New Year's one. New Year's Eve
one.
Like
500 quid.
Look at you, high roller. You know, someone asks, well, why don't you have? Because I got a couple accounts. Like, why don't you have over 1,000? Well, how do you think I pay for airdrops? Duh, come on. Airdrops. That's what. So.
Yeah, but oh yeah, this is okay. So this is a topic that me and Crypto of War were talking about last week. Would you say it's better to be in Stronghold or to have Banker and maybe put it in Stack or hodl it?
I'm always wondering this because I've got a lot of Banker, but I've got a fair bit. I don't know how much compared. I think I've got a lot more Banker than I do Stronghold, but I just always feel like there's going to be a use to come out with Banker, and it will be good to hold some if that's the case. Like, obviously, there's Stack, but
because I think Crypto War said he was saying when you're in the Stronghold contract, does that contract lock that Banker aside for you, and then you're generating TRX on it?
So Stronghold generates TRX, right? So
Yep.
Stack, and if there's one thing about Stack and Stronghold, which is similar, is that 10% in, 10% out. So they tax you in and they tax you out. That's the same. Stockpile doesn't tax you per se, but it's locked liquidity forever. It just gives you the dividends, right? Now
it's 100%.
Huh?
It's 100%.
Exactly. It's burn. It's burn, baby, burn. Right. But it gives you the dividends. So, but then that's so that's Stockpile, that's Stronghold. So in terms of that, Stronghold and Stack, 10% burn-ins, 10% out. Difference would be APYs, I guess. And also,
the APY on Stronghold is a lot higher than Stack. That's why I was wondering if he was going to balance them out a bit.
Well, because also the payment is different. Payment is different.
So I would say it probably depends on your long-term goal. Like if you want to hold more Banker or if you want to hold more TRX in the long run. Because if you're in Stronghold, when you come out, you're going to be holding a big bag of TRX. And he calls that his go bag as well, doesn't he? So you're saying, like, if you want to have money to go, that's what you hold in. If you want to build up your Banker and you're happy for it to sit there and just generate, Stack, because you're going to come out with a big bag of Banker at the end. But I suppose
you still come out with Banker when you're coming out with Stronghold as well, because you can just, obviously, if that's on the market when you come out, I don't know what it's going to be like in a year, then you can just buy some for the price you'll have anyway, which should be the same as coming in and out of Stack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun.
Yeah, they both have emissions. The biggest difference, 10% in, 10% out. One emissions are in TRX, the other one's emissions are in Banker. But they're pegged. It's not a lose-lose. It's like win-win. It's like, which one do you want? Do you want to win in the 400-meter dash, or you want to win in the 200-meter dash, or you want to win in the marathon? Win, win, win. The key to both of them is holding them for a long enough time to that. Because if you're getting in and out, then you're not going to do really well. You're just going to get taxed. You're going to pay the tax man every time.
Yeah, I always say 3 months minimum.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into Stronghold or Stack or anything like that, 10% in.
Yep. Yep. Like I said, there was certain news, so I went in and I repositioned. But I knew that the 10% in and out was going to happen, but the repositioning was worth the difference. So but that's
working the system though, isn't it? To the goal that you've got in mind. So that's fine. That's what the platform's there to do, is for what you want to be in. And I imagine being on 100 or whatever in flow, you're mopping. You're mopping up.
They're small wallets. They're mini wallets. Mini. 0.5 Banker. No, just kidding. No, but that's why it's important to have a team. When you have a team of people working with you, you all have different skill sets. There's people that do the onboarding. There's people that, we have, we have a Telegram that's for international, where we have people from India and Spain and Mexico. We're talking different languages at the same time, because sometimes there's very technical terms that are used in the main Telegram in English, and not everyone can understand the main technical terms. So it's okay. We speak in, honestly, it's fine. To me, it's all about, people cash flow for all. It doesn't say cash flow for English speakers. It's cash flow for all. So sounds good to me.
Yeah. So because the convo we were having last week was about. I'm pretty sure he brought up the idea of saying if you was someone who lived in like a van and you was going around traveling, this contract is perfect because if you planned a few days ahead, you could be like, oh, okay, so I can roll for these days, but I'm going to need to buy fuel on that day or whatever, and then you can sort of work your way around it, and so it can suit like certain lifestyles and stuff very well, and give you that like little bit of extra freedom to do what you want to do.
Yeah, and one of the greatest things about crypto as a whole, anyway, is all you need to access it is a computer or phone and the internet, and you can access it anywhere in the world, which is insane.
Yeah. Well, it's like my brother I was telling you, is like, look, just join in with $100. Back when it was like $1, it was like $100. It's like, and then what do I do? Because I'm only gonna get $1 a day. Why would I do $100? It's like, yeah, $1. But listen, it's $1, but it's not $1 a day. I was like, don't do it for $1 a day. I'm gonna make this big trip that Crypto Buddy over here is talking about, and I want to do that big van trip. Hopefully the coronavirus will be done by then. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put $100, and then I'm gonna roll every day. And when I get to a year, I'm gonna have $37 a day to claim, and that's my gas money, and that's my Mickey D's every day. I'm funding my van trip by just 1 year with $100. Right?
Okay, so with that $100, would you put it in Flow or Stronghold to make that money?
Oh no, I would go Flow because Stronghold is too tempting. It's too tempting. It's like $100. Oh my God, the new music's album came out. I want to pay some iTunes.
Oh yeah, okay, that's true. The tax is a good thing then.
Yeah. I mean, it actually will help you with not even your long-term plans. It's with your medium to mid-range plans. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking of the day, hopefully someday with this where we can travel again.
Yeah.
Can't wait for them days.
I mean, we're gonna be undocumented travelers. They're trying to escape the borders. They're wearing masks. You should see them.
You're assuming it lasts 1 year. Ooh, we
Yeah.
got that.
Ooh.
So,
it's been going 2 years already.
It's already going. Yeah, it's going for 2. I mean, it's going for 2.5.
March 9th, 2019. 2019 was the launch.
Yeah, Bankroll's been around for about 2 years now, isn't it? Or just
it was the 9th of March 2019 it came out, I think.
Yeah, some people say, but I mean, obviously that's when it comes, but there's always the development and planning stage, so you can really say it's been around longer because it didn't just say, poof, spontaneous, it wasn't spontaneous emission, so I'm sure people who've been involved in the project have been doing it. I mean, I've heard 3 years too, because, maybe that's when they started.
I think someone maybe in Telegram said the other day that the release date for March 9th, but I mean, obviously...
Unless he's talking about just the Flow contract in general.
Oh, Flow. No, Flow was November 25th.
Okay, one sec. He's just put Tron Chain lasted 2 months.
Yeah, but that had 700,000 people or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the difference. What's the difference?
What's that Ponzi, wasn't it?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it was TRX in, TRX out.
Yeah, this is completely different.
It's a completely different. Tron Chain doesn't generate a coin.
How do you say that? Ermith? Yeah. How do you say his name? Ermith.
Yeah, I'll go with Ermith.
Yeah. Ermith, are you in Flow? See if he puts anything up.
Let's see. Yeah.
Or have you been part of Bankroll long at all?
Yeah, because it said VLT lasted 2 months. I didn't do it. I wasn't part of VLT, so I can't comment on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Tron chain was very, very similar to Bankatron. It's like
I thought Tron chain was Bankatron.
No, it's like you get a really high percentage payout, and then you get ridiculous dips, but you get ridiculous
like PSP as well, and
Okay, so put not yet. I'll tell you what, if you create an account and log into my chain, I'll give you some Bankrex for free.
Yeah,
Whoa!
thanks.
Are you gonna? Bah!
And then I'll convince you.
Keep
Stack.
look
Okay.
at me! Ah!
I'm in there. I'm in there.
Stacks are arguably one of the worst contracts on there at the moment.
Which one? Tron? Yeah.
Stack.
Yeah, like so you had like Banktron, which paid ridiculous fees when you was in, and you chose from, I think it's like infinite 1 month, 30, 60 days, and 90 days that your money stays in there, and then you get a return. You're guaranteed a return.
Was that the same as DSP?
No. But this Banktron contract went boom straight up. I think it hit something around like 7 million TRX in this contract, and then it emptied in like what 3 hours at one point, and that's it. It's been dead ever since. Yeah, but you got to remember. So with Flow, Flow's completely different. So you lock your Bankerex up, and you can claim 1% a day, and that's it, unless you get referrals. You also can get people to refer, that you can refer people and they'll go underneath you, and their money will get locked up for as well, and it's 100% in, and they'll get 1% a day. Whatever they roll or claim goes up to you. But you can never take it all at one time, which means it can't actually collapse like Tron Chain and Bank of Tron. So no, it won't be the same as.
There's if you look on FondScan, you can see how much of the Bankerex token is actually locked up. And I looked the other day, and I think it's like 97.65% or something. Mm-hmm. So it's incredibly well supported and all locked in, as opposed to any contract like Bank of Tron or whatever, which can just have the developers take it out straight away.
And, yeah, and the other thing is that you can view the contract. Being able to view the contract is I mean, there's any forget about just Bankroll, forget about whatever. Any contract you join, you should be able to look at the contract, right? Yeah. Because if not, you're leaving yourself open for exit scams and stuff like that. I mean, someone told me, I don't know how true it is. Someone said, hey, they're doing Tron Chain 2.0, but they're making that their contract's going to be private. They're not going to allow people to see it. It's like,
yeah. And also, this is one of the main things as well, is you've got the audit. You know, these contracts are getting audited. You can go into them. You can go into TronScan, and you can read everything. You can go to the white paper.
Click on the TronScan and show, or go into click on Bankerex and show them the TronScan page, where you can see how much is locked in.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we talked about it. A picture's worth 1,000 words, and I think this is one of those that you can just boom, show them. You know, here's the audit. If they want to know how the mechanics are, go to the audit. You want to really know how things are divided, what goes where. There you go.
But put it on the screen again, so you can see so everyone can see how to get to it as well.
Just getting it up. Need that nut rub.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Maybe it's what he said.
Oh, that
yeah. Very 20.
That's what everyone says at the orgy.
I mean, honestly, anyone. Oh, you're getting uncomfortable there, gentlemen.
That's the farm, mate. Where is it?
So you click onto pull the website up. You go click onto Bankerex on Bankroll website. This is how you can show everyone how to get to it.
Cool.
And if anything, you can share the links too. That way they can have.
Oh no! Well, just go to Bankerex on Bankroll website. Just show everyone how to get to it. Really easy.
Okay. So on there. Oh yeah.
So there three. Are you on the Bankerex?
You're on Flow. You scroll down.
No. So go back to Flow tab. Go press on the 3 lines at the top right. Then click on Bankerex. And then if you scroll down there, it has obviously everything about it. And then you can click on, go up a bit, up to the top. if you click on liquidity farm, I think that takes you to Tron scan. Oh no, shit, no. Sorry, what's that?
Got that one wrong.
Highlight everyone. Maybe one of them. One of them will take you straight.
Well, there's
to
the address. I mean, there's a token address.
Yeah, all that as well. One of them's a link there that takes you to the Tron scan page, or you can just search Bankroll at the top as well. I think.
There it is.
There we go. There we go.
Then if you scroll down and go to, it will tell you the contract. What is that? Bankroll. It'll just go down. You can scroll down to token holders on the Bankroll contract. What page are you on?
The address of it.
What's that?
And actually, that's important. That for anyone that doesn't know is that you know how there's plenty of other Banker X tokens that are scam tokens. It's important. The token address is very important because sometimes you'll go to JustSwap or other trading or other exchanges. At SwapX on Bankroll will always be this one, but if you go to a different exchange, they might have a different address. So you do want to verify token address. That's important. Actually, that's really important. That's one of the more important things that we have not talked about.
Yeah,
that's true as well.
It's like on I think it's on JustSwap. I think there's about 3 or 4 different banker tokens. So
yeah, I've seen them. Are they all scams and stuff? I've never actually. I always just go for the one with my balance on it.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's something because there's the other exchanges at some point they might have it on prices they might not be exactly at SwapX price. They can fluctuate up or down. So it kind of gives you there's an opportunity there, but you have to make sure that the token address is the correct one, because if not, okay,
I've just had a look as well on that. If you go onto Banker X page on the Bankroll network and you click on Tracker, that's what takes you to the page we're on now.
Okay, cool.
Tracker, yeah. But then on that you can scroll down to obviously token holders, and the top 3 where the little icon is next to the address are the contracts that are in.
Oh, well, these ones. Yep.
Yeah. And then obviously you got the percentage that is locked into them contracts.
Oh yeah.
So if you add that up, I'm not sure, like it comes up to like 97, 98, 95% something.
Wow.
And obviously the quantity is the amount that's locked away. So there's not going to be like any rug pulls, any dumps, anything like that. Although what is very surprising is how much it dropped the other day with such little amount being on the market.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was when a
whale pulled out.
Well, I say Bitcoin tanked. It's not really a tank, is it?
No, corrected.
Yeah. Up. I think I put a tweet out being like, so who's buying the drop, even though you're massively up still?
Yeah, BTFD.
So, yeah. So, what else can we talk about?
So what can we expect with this Banker reactor?
No one knows.
Yeah, no, I've been guessing for days and I have no idea still.
No, I mean someone was saying I was like, what if instead of Banker or Banker X being priced on TRX, what if it's priced on Satoshis? I was like,
yeah.
But how do you do that?
What if he pegs Banker with Bitcoin?
Right. I mean, there would be like, you could do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like, how could you do that? Obviously, not one Bitcoin, but it's like, how do you support? I mean, could you support it with? Is there a way of supporting it with enough TRX or enough of something or enough Banker X or whatever it is? Is there enough that we could support it? Because I was like, yeah. Then all of a sudden, Trump was like, yeah. I'll never sell it. I hodl that.
I'd just love to turn around to everyone who's got Bitcoin and be like, "Yeah, suck it, losers."
You know how many of these I could get?
At least 2 or 3 more, maybe.
I mean, come on, like, there's nothing as romantic as that.
The nut rub.
And then the afterglow.
And the other beads.
Right.
But always be ready before. Yeah. Look, honestly, look, there's a lot of contracts on the bank. I don't see a lose on any other contracts. It's just it's if there's a thing about flow, which can be something, it's like sometimes it's like, oh, I haven't done that yet, but it can be very addictive. Oh, I'm ready. Where is it? Oh, come on, get it. Yeah. I'm ready. Roll. You know.
I think at the moment he's got a system that's like it's working. The system that he's got now, like where before he had like all these different contracts and they did help each other out, but right now he's found the balance. I think
you're right. And farm definitely was not sustainable.
Well, yeah,
it was not sustainable because people could just take all their money out like that with no penalties or anything.
But with
everyone was making a shitload of money, especially with like times 10s, times 9s, times 8s.
Yeah. See, with farm, people were getting the Banker X and then they were just selling it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which wasn't doing the Banker X price any good. So, but at the moment, I think what he's going to do is he's rather than release new contracts and stuff like that. Like, I'm really not sure what this reactor is going to be. I don't know if it'll just be an add-on to Swap X. I think he's going to just tinker. He'll probably tinker with contracts and.
See, I think it's probably going to just be an add-on to other contracts rather than a separate contract like Farm or something. And so it'll make it more sustainable that when people are selling, you're still going to get 365% APY rather than it being a completely whole different.
See, it's important to make sure that when you say you're going to get 1% a day, I think you need to tell people like you're not like if it's worth $1 now and you put in 50 quid and you get 50 of them, 1% a day doesn't mean you're going to get like that 1% in the same value. Like it
could be 1% in a token that's worth nothing. So
yeah. So because I've had a few people I've seen a few people been misled on that on the Telegram.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, it's important to say that the percent you get is in the token, right? It's like if I put 100 Banker X token, let's talk in Banker X because we can also have people who have Australian dollars, euro, pound, US, yen, Y, whatever it is that you get 100 Banker X token, you get a 1 Banker X submission a day. We value of the Bankers. Now the value of it is held pretty well with the rolling and stuff because 90-something% of the available tokens are locked up in flow. So the price ranges with that 3%, 3-4%, whatever it is. Yeah, that's what's out there. That's what people are buying and selling. But the rest of it is locked. It's good. It's a locked liquidity, open interest, open-ended, high interest CD, certificate of deposit. Someone said it was a TD because I guess in New Zealand they call it a TD instead of a CD. So, but it's basically
TDs are better.
No. Yeah, I don't know what TD is.
I don't know. We love TDs though.
Yeah.
I think Bank Teller actually said somewhere the other day that it'll be a lot easier for newcomers to buy in after this reactors are released. So I mean, the price of Banker X, it probably will drop a bit, I reckon, maybe. So people can buy in or whatever. But then the reactor thing is reactor project is maybe to keep it consistent that everyone who's put the money in will get their money back that they're putting in. Like you're saying, it's not going to be paid out in Banker X, which could be worth nothing.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing with React. Everybody's what's Reactor? It's supposed to be an add-on into Flow, but someone says like, oh, it interfered with Flow. We couldn't get a bunch of people in and stuff. And you know what? Maybe there's a point of it. A lot of times there's a danger of that when you tinker with stuff that's working so well. Tinkering doesn't always mean better, right? Newer isn't better. Just sometimes.
Maybe Banker, maybe Reactor is something that's gonna. Maybe it's like a react to the market to not stabilize the price, but stabilize the amount of tokens that come into it, and it will maybe it will hold some aside so that people can buy in. Because if there's 97% locked up, say people want to put in like £1 million, it's not going to be possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
does that make sense? So it could be doing that to maybe stabilize the market. It may not sound as exciting to everyone else as they think, but it's a massive update if that's the case.
Yeah, because I mean, one of the things that we mentioned earlier is that while is that TRX is losing its value in comparison to Bitcoin. So if it continues to do that, then it's kind of it'll always be kind of a struggle. So how do we do that? How do we stabilize that price? how do we stabilize that you're still part of the bull run, right? Because I mean, you should diversify. You should, you should have a little bit of this. So is there, could it be a way where Bitcoin is part of it, or not? I don't know. Because right now as it is, if I wanted to have a piece of Bitcoin, I have to go through the Tron, through the Tron link, or I have to jump on the Ethereum side and pay and get ready for the fees and pieces of Bitcoin, pieces of coin that get left. It's like I have an atomic wallet and I have 50 coins, all pieces of it, which I can't do anything with. They're not enough to convert, not enough to do anything. They're just hanging there. So what else? But other than that, I mean, maybe it has something to do with that, because that's kind of what I had looked at, which was that it would be something like some kind of merger. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is beyond my coding.
At the moment, all the contracts they do really react nice, like they do really flow into each other really nicely. I mean, to be honest, I think Stack could be probably maybe more balanced compared to the others, because it seems like it's been left behind a bit. But then Banker, well, I don't know, because Banker could obviously just go up in value and that'd make Stack more worthwhile. But then Stronghold, in my opinion, is still a lot better, because you obviously get the massive APY percentage.
Well, your APYs pay it out in TRX, but Stronghold and Banker price is 1-to-1. I mean, I don't see a loss, honestly. I see it's because flow feeds into Stronghold, right? But the Stronghold gets better, but so does Banker, because it's pegged. So this gets better.
Yeah, exactly.
This gets better. So the only thing I can see that getting Banker X better is something that feeds stockpile. Something that feeds stockpile and locks liquidity into stockpile would also help. So
I love my stockpile, but compared to Stronghold and Flow, it's definitely lagging behind in like the turn. But again, compared to Flow, like Flow, you have to keep putting money in or keep rolling to make money. Whereas Stockpile, that's just for life. But then the same as Stronghold as well, unless you have the temptation where you can take out and spend it on nut rub and stuff.
Yeah. No, I was thinking there a minute. Well, what if you think of this? What if it all of a sudden, when you do the exchanges, a certain percentage, 5% when you go from TRX to Banker X, what if 5% locks into flow already?
Yeah, that's pretty substantial.
Not a big thing. 1%, 2%. Typically locks into to stockpile or locks in. So that way, every exchange you'll have. I mean, it could be small. Maybe 5% is too much. What if 1% of every exchange goes into stockpile? Or 1% of everything goes into. I mean, I don't know how you would work it into a flow contract, right? Because you still have to do a couple things. But what if it was something like that? 1% of every exchange goes in there, so it feeds it, and then it'd be like, forget about me buying elsewhere. I want to feed myself. What if it could be kind of like that? Where because it talks about Reactor and Banker or Banker X or stuff like, because right now Stronghold is getting stronger. So I mean that Stronghold is a place to be, but also Banker is a good place to have, because it's holding that value of Stronghold, but it's holding the value of flow. But then what if all of a sudden you get a thing where you could feed into it? How would you feed? It's like, well, then do a new contract, a swap X Reactor feeds in the flow. Then I mean you have stockpile, or a percentage goes into your flow contract.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Mind is blown. But we've even talked about it. We've even talked about it. Like at some point, like if there were farms coming back, it's like, can we just have, the APY of farms just feed stockpile?
I don't miss farms. I know a lot of people probably do, but it's.
Well, I think it's just a lot of it has to do with they want to be into this is just me. Yes, I want to have a piece of Bitcoin. I want to have a piece of ETH, and I do have those. I have them separate. I just wish I didn't have so many open different places. So if I could have it in the one place, a part of it, then that'd be good. But it is. I've heard it's clunky, it's clumsy, it's this, it's that. I get it. But if I could just have it, hold it somewhere where it could just, the APY could feed into stockpile. Oh man.
Yeah, that is.
I would do that.
That's smart.
I would just do that because it's like, oh, and BankerX is like, forget about BankerX. I don't want more BankerX. I want it to feed that so it increases the value. You know, people talk about, we talked about earlier, is like,
would you put your Bitcoin into a stockpile contract if you could?
I'll tell you what.
Lifetime dibs. You can never take it out and spend it, but obviously you just get the. That's a solid move, isn't it?
That's a solid move.
And it also burns Bitcoin off the market, but yeah.
And what happens to the Bitcoin?
And what happens? There's suddenly 21 million Bitcoins in stockpile. No one can ever sell it. Everyone's making bank for life. Well, apart from one Bitcoin that's floating around pumping up the value.
Well, they're
and the 4 million they lost.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I mean, that's really what it is you do that, then it really becomes a bank. Then you get paid. I mean, that's, if you think of it as a salary, then that's good. It just,
yeah.
So, B Philly, what's your blow up to then?
Oof. So let me see.
I think that's been an hour. Is that an hour? Yeah, for now.
I'm embarrassed to say.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get a number.
Actually, I think I rolled mine earlier as well. Let's have a look.
Let's see. What number do you guys think?
I'm going to say, well, when you rolled it an hour ago, did you say? I'm going to say
20.
$15.
20 BankerX. I think that's about $15 as well.
Someone must have deposited or must have had a massive roll. I have over 100 BankerX.
Really? Nice.
Damn.
Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, my bad. But that's, of course, if someone deposits or they roll or whatever, then it kind of shows up.
Damn.
I just got, nice. Damn.
How much you weren't just an available though?
Yeah, how much
Enjoy that.
Available?
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Fucking owning it.
And what do you think I do?
I'm gonna call you the bank father.
And what do? I roll. I roll. And any once in a while, I claim.
Get expensive jewelry.
Call me Hatsupet. Because Nefertiti didn't do too much. So I'm going to go with Hatsupet. For anyone who knows, that's the 17th dynasty in Egypt. So
lesson there, roll every day.
Roll every day. You roll every day for a year, your ROI every 3 days.
No, I roll 5 times a day, 6 times a day. And for those, like, it was 303. Let me go ahead and roll. Roll. Someone is like, oh, he didn't roll. It's like, I roll. But honestly, it can sometimes happen where if no one rolls, all of a sudden depending where you're at, if no one rolls, you're not going to see a lot. Right? Well, in an hour? Reactor will launch in an hour.
DeFi, where have you seen that? Imagine that on Telegram, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I'm gonna go into Telegram right now. So just so look, while we just to kind of see, I zeroed it out. Zeroed it out.
Okay.
Zeroed it out.
Any downsides to rolling too much? Yeah, it costs you loads of NETH. PRX.
Because last time I showed it. See, it's zero out. It's zero out. But no, it's like my wife deposited one. It's like whoa. It's like, what happened? It's like, oh yeah, I just deposited. Oh, okay. My wife's into it. She's a whale.
Yeah, okay, right. So downsides to rolling too much. There's not really a downside.
It'd probably be a good thing if you posted up that graph that you got the other day as well, just to show the energy values.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
That's a handy bit of information. But yeah, I mean, there's no downside to rolling too much. Obviously, the more you roll, the more you're going to compound that Banker X. The more you compound it, the more money you get. You roll once a day for a year, and you'll return you'll return your investment every 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Have you
You do it more than once a day, and it's probably quicker. But I don't know the math on that.
That's too confusing.
I wouldn't even. It depends how much you got in there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think one day, I think for some reason I thought it was more like 12, 13 TRX at one roll or stuff like that. And someone says, why is it 8 to 12? Shouldn't it always be the same? It's like, no, it's not always the same, but also no, it depends. You might have some energy frozen up or not, so it can change. Like myself, I used to have 40, 50,000 TRX frozen just to get energy, and it was just draining. I'll say that if there's a disadvantage. Bankroll is an energy hog. Energy hog.
There you go. That's the chart.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah. It might be a little bit outdated, but it gives you a general idea. It does give you a good general idea.
Yeah. So like with flow, if you're gonna deposit it's 241,000, you're gonna claim it's 176,000. But if you just roll, it's a little bit more, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's different. It's different. Also depends if you're rolling and you're a lone player, you don't have a single reference, versus if you're rolling with available and other stuff, right? Because it's one thing. Yeah. But 8 to 12 TRX is actually probably more like, it's been lately more than 8. I want to say it's been probably like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
TRX.
If I would probably say that one of the best moves, because this is what I've been thinking recently, is I usually just take money out of stockpile and I use that as a roll in at the moment. And I think you're doing the same, aren't you, Bert?
Yeah, I use my stockpile money for energy.
Yeah.
I'll roll it every couple of days. A couple of days and take it out for a day.
Yeah. So probably one of the best moves that you want to do is if you do have like 10,000 or 5,000 TRX stuck in a account, is probably split it in half, put half into flow, put half into stockpile, and then you've got rolling TRX coming in. And that's probably one of the best ways to actually do it.
Or just leave it in flow and just sell your Banker X every few days for some TRX.
Yeah, or do that.
I mean, it's
many ways.
There's multiple ways. There's multiple ways of doing it. These are just different ways we do it. I mean, some people do it with roll. They get it with stockpile. They do it with stronghold. They could put it all in flow. You could do it sell flow. Keep it a couple hundred TR. I say definitely you should keep at least 100 TRX in there in your wallet, just in case things are needed or more. I start feeling uncomfortable if I'm down to 70 or 80 TRX. It's like
I struggle with that. I spend my TRX like quick and it comes in.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sending it to other accounts and stuff.
And forget it. If you're airdropping, you need like, you might need several. You might, depending on how many people you're airdropping to, you might need 1,000 TRX. To be fair, it just depends. If you're airdropping, let's say to 15 levels down, to everyone who has at least 50 or 100, you might not send a lot, but you're going to be spending a lot of energy, a lot of TRX.
Oh, does it cost per person?
Yeah, I did it the other day to 10 people, and it was just like accept. It was just like watching my TRX balance go.
Yeah, bing, 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 bing.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to sell some Banker X, get some TRX back.
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely a cost. So, see, and then there she is. She does exist. She's what? She's trying to take this away from me.
And the nut rock.
You cannot take it away from me. She does exist. So, and she knows about it when I say, honey, did you roll? She knows. In the morning, evening, roll.
How sick does she get of you talking about crypto?
How sick is she? Oh, how sick are you of me talking crypto?
Oh God. It's gonna soon end up in divorce, and I'm gonna keep all his crypto.
Yeah, I think every girl everywhere. I think every girl with someone who's from crypto is just like, yeah, just have an affair, please. Just stop talking about crypto or anything.
No. It's funny. I could swear something
about crypto all the time. Everything is.
I know. I mean, I could almost swear once in a while. I just want to tell her because she's like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, I don't want to tell her. Damn it, I'm looking at the Telegram. It's like, I'm looking at porn. I'm looking at porn. I think I told her I was looking at porn. I think one day I'll just do this. I'm looking at porn. I got it.
Wait, I got the nut rub.
I'm not too familiar with the term energy in the context of bankroll.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's true. For that's a really good question, right? Because there's energy and bandwidth, right? And not everyone is familiar with those terms. I mean, it's if the comparison would be in Ethereum, when you're doing stuff on like in Coinbase, when you're doing movements, you don't see those terms because it costs you. You see the dollar cost as you move things, but it doesn't tell you, hey, it's gonna cost. It just it sucks the money out. And but you know, in Ethereum, and there's other terms of where if you're making a move, it costs you $3, or especially if you're moving stuff in Ethereum, oh, you don't have enough ETH to roll, to claim, or to withdraw, to move it from this wallet to this wallet. You know, that can cost, you know, I think it was, I mean, at one point through Uniswap, I think it cost me like $50. By the time I claimed and got all the stuff after that, it was like $50. I'm not kidding you either. It was like $50. And I was like, man, everyone's like complaining about, yeah, I'd be complaining too. Every time I want to move something from one side to another, it's going to cost me $6 to move my free videos, my money I earned from free videos, one and another. It's like, well, yeah, it's $6, but you made 70 something. Now, if you only made $6, I wouldn't change. I wouldn't move it. Earn a little bit more, do a couple more of the free videos. But energy, what it is the cost of the transaction, is the energy that's consumed for the smart contract. So you need energy and you need bandwidth. Bandwidth usually Tron gives you for free. Energy, you either have to freeze energy in TRX or you can consume TRX. To be fair, I mean, go ahead.
So bandwidth is for if you're sending money and receiving it, isn't it? Whereas energy is for interacting with smart contracts. Is that right?
That was my understanding. The interaction with smart contracts was.
Yeah, because I never bother freezing anything in bandwidth because I've never needed to really, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, to me, it's like when I send stuff from my wallet to some friend's wallet or family's wallet, 0.1 TRX, unless I've run out of bandwidth, then it'll cost me a little bit more. But that to me is brilliant. I do the same thing in Ethereum. It costs me $2.99.
Yeah, I tried doing something the other day, and Ethereum wanted to charge me $20. I was like, no,
$20, right? $20, right? $20.
So what? If I was going to complain, you know, like if you're going to complain about 10% in and out fees with Bankroll, you know, like on a fit ETH, no, I've got to be moving at least $200 for that to be the same.
I'll tell you what, we can dream of TRX having them energy costs one day. Bankroll has its own bandwidth has its own blockchain by then.
Yeah. No, I mean, and if energy is a smart contract. No, because it's true. I mean, it's a great question. If you're not familiar with the term energy is used to smart contracts. So let's say if you're converting from, let's say you want to convert from, you're in Coinbase, which is the term most people are familiar with. If you're converting from one to another, that's kind of like a smart contract. You'll lose like $3 or $4 in that one. Here you lose, let's say 10. Let's just go with 10. 10 TRX at US dollars is about 3 cents. So it's 30 cents for a smart contract transaction. 30 cents. That's
ridiculous. Yeah. So and if you don't want to pay as much, just leave like 1,000 TRX in Tronscan or something. Then you'll be paying what, half the cost maybe.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I haven't, because I had it frozen and I had, basically had like millions of energy with the 40,000 of TRX. I had millions of energy, and it was not enough.
I mean, that's a good question.
Rent energy. Huh?
That's a good question. Emerith just put. So we always keep. Well, I always, and I know Tom does, always keeps about 10,000 energy frozen.
TRX. Yeah,
like 10,000 TRX frozen. And then if you need any more, then we'll just take out of stockpile or another contract and just sell some extra TRX basically.
So let's look at this. So you took 10,000, you freeze it, right? Now, what's this? What's this? Let's take a look. What's this stronghold? What's the stronghold APY right now?
190, I think.
100.
No, it's more than that, isn't it?
No, it's because the price has gone up, the APY has gone down. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
212.
Well,
212.
I'm still getting like 200 and something.
Yeah,
212.
it's 212.
So let's say you're getting about 0.5% a day, right?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit more than that, but let's just say half, just because it's easy. So
Yeah.
if you put 10,000 in, right? 10,000 is how much? What's 1%?
About $300 roughly.
So if you put 10,000 if you put 10,000 TRX, 1% is 100 TRX, right? So at 0.5%, you're getting 50 TRX a day, right? That's enough for 5 rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. To be fair, you're probably talking me around to unfreezing all my shit.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. I was doing the same. I had to kind of think about it for a while because I had energy. You know, I was doing the freezing and the energy and everything and stuff like that and the same. And I was doing, and I'm here going like, man, I'm still consuming TRX. I am still consuming TRX.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, why don't? And someone says, Kaz. Kaz, it was one to say, it's like, oh, I just don't freeze anymore. I just put it in there. And I was like, looking, it's like, wait. I was like, oh my god, that is enough. That is enough for me to do all the transactions. He's absolutely right. I can just roll the rest and it's earning. Because think about it, when you freeze energy, how much of the interest were you getting? I was like 9%, right? I think it was 9%.
It's like 6
to 9%. Yeah, it was about 6 to 9%. I remember. So and I was doing the same. So I was doing the exact same thing, 6 to 9%, earning that. And look at you, roller for life. He's back in the unbanned territory. So anyway, but I think your image froze because either that or you have catatonia. Steven's image froze. So turn it off, turn it back on because it's totally frozen. But or can you see? Oh, there you go. So, but basically, just from that, if you talk about you have 10,000 frozen, earning 0.5% a day, you get 50 TRX a day.
More. Yeah. Okay.
Now,
I've never done the maths on it. That's pretty.
Right? I mean, that's kind of the thing you have to look at. Now it's at 180, 200%. Then it's more like 70 TRX a day.
Yeah. To be fair, It has been like for the last couple of weeks. I've been thinking, should I just take it all out, put it in stronghold?
And then this is the other thing, Stephen. Think about this. What do you think in the next year is going to be increasing in value? Do you trust stronghold more or do you trust TRX more?
I definitely don't trust TRX more. I would put money on TRX being 30 cents this time next year.
So, of course, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you, but based on the percent, and the percentage can change because it's like, but the percentage change. Of course, percentage change when the coin increases value. That's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. So
I'll be better off stronghold. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, to be fair, with that graph that BT said earlier as well, actually, increase your position in stronghold and just use the TRX to roll. Because so don't freeze your TRX. That's kind of what we learned.
Yeah. So when did I did we time freeze it? We didn't time freeze
20 minutes. 20 minutes, B Philly.
Yeah, 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
It hasn't been 20 minutes. It's been 14 minutes. 14 minutes. It's been 14 minutes. At 14 minutes, I'm at 4.5. So see, it was just some, if somebody roll, like when people roll or stuff like that, you can see it more often. Mitigation plan, freeze 100 TRX, you should be good. Yeah.
No.
Just freeze some beers instead.
Yeah. I forgot. I mean, I'm serious. That was back in Farms Day. I had like 30, 40,000, and it was my stronghold is not doing that well.
Well, I guess it depends on how much you have in there and when you got in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wait, I thought he got rid of the earlier in, the better APY you have. I thought you changed that a couple of weeks ago when you put it to 500%, and then.
Yeah. So what happens is as the banker token moves up in price, the APY goes down. On how much
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how like early you got into it now. I don't think.
No, but now, so say if you're trying to get in now, obviously if you had 100 TRX, you're going to get less strong. You're going to have less stronghold than if you got in.
Well, actually, now's a good time to
weeks
buy it because it's 23 cents for a banker at the moment, isn't it? So.
If it depends when you got in really, and how much you put in to how much you're actually getting, I guess.
Do you remember this quote? Remember this quote when the first stream 6 streams ago? And it was where were you when Banker was 3 to 4 TRX? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
3 to 4 TRX. And we said this. It's like, whoa, Banker has no use. Why does? It's like, it's like, why you compare it to Bitcoin? Well, I compared to Bitcoin because of the 21 million, the mining, the other stuff, and it's easy to relate to. If you talk about Ethereum or Unicorn or this or Uniswap or whatever or blah, 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 or Polymath, right? They're like, what? You say Bitcoin? Oh, yeah, Bitcoin. That's what it's easier to relate to that way. And the mining difficulty, yes, is easier to relate to that way. And the other thing was because Bitcoin did crash at one point, where it was down to 700 or something like that. What was it in 2017 from 20,000?
Yeah.
And it totally just took a dive. And I was like, I wonder, those people were like, where were you when Bitcoin was 700? Did you buy then?
Yeah. I still kick myself fat. I didn't buy any more at like $5,000.
Yeah, don't sharp.
Well, so we talk about a year, first live stream. Where were you when Banker?
I'm pretty sure that is what you said on the first live stream. I'm pretty sure that is. And now look at
it. Very first, like, where were you when Banker was 3 to 4 TRX?
Yeah, and since that live stream, it's what 7x? Is that right?
Well, I sold. So I'll tell of course, I like the transparency. I sold at 10.4, all of it. Woof.
Oh, I sold 15.
And then I bought it at 7. And I bought more. But it all stays in the belly of the beast. I didn't just take it out and run away with it. And you know what? Even if I did run away with it, whose money was it? It was mine. So it was, everyone has total freedom to do what you like. But I'm investing in a community. I'm not just investing in a one thing, right? So yeah, I mean, there he goes. Bitcoin 2019, 600 was 600s. I was like, oh my god. Damn. I'll be fair. Back then, I wasn't even in this community that much. I was almost. I literally started doing this 4 months ago.
Yeah, well, I'm hitting 10 or 11, I think. So
I'm hitting probably like 8 ish.
We're baby.
I don't know how quickly you got me into it.
Yeah, I think it took me a while.
Yeah.
I was looking around. I got scammed once. Someone stole the PK at one point. I thought it was a support person. Yeah, it's a wallet. I mean, it's all the things. These are all the things you're learning when you're struggling on your own.
Exactly. We're all over 30 here, so we're all susceptible to technology.
We're all over. If there's one thing I recommend anyone, that's why I always recommend like the Discord, like the Bankroll buddies, is like, please join, even if you don't join a chain, even if it's just to get information, how to get started, the announcements.
Stuff like that. Well, yeah. Sit there watching in the background, learning.
I mean, if there's one thing I like is that there's so many teams who announce in the Bankroll buddies, but we're not fighting each other. We're not, arguing.
No, we're all in it together.
Yeah, we're all plenty of space. Alex is like, just join to get information. You don't have to join the chain. Actually, I would say just join to get educated, to get. Well, Roller, I'm a little bit older than you, but just barely. But while you may be old, I am vintage. No. But you're right. There's no fighting. Exactly. We're all winning. We're part of the community. Actually, the more people Roller signs up, the more I celebrate. More adoption. So more adoption. And the more people adopt, the better we do. So what? Shut up. But the more adoption. And the more people adopt, the better it is. The more then you hit the 100 million TVL. I mean, that's the number. You want to look at a number that really matters. I've said it before. Where are we now? Look at that. That's the number that matters. 30,853. That's the number. TVL. Okay, there we go. But really, that's
which is good.
The number that matters is adoption, because that TVL. Hey, look, we're sitting on TRX, so that's gonna go up or down on TRX. But the adoption part, that's the number. 30,853. What's the next most important number? 30,854. Oh, guess what? We hit it. 30,854.
There you go.
And what's the next more important number? 30,855. And then you keep going. You don't take it for granted, right? You don't say, 31,000 soon enough. It's like, no, don't take each person for granted. We're all important. We're all the community. Yeah, no point in fighting. We're all winning. That's right. I mean, I don't think all of us are in different chains. We're not all in the same chain together, right? Are we? Or are we? Maybe.
Me and Foot are in 2 chains together. I think. Are you in NDR's one as well?
I'm in one of those NDRs. He's constantly trying to do the Jedi mind trick. You want to join our chain, don't you?
Yeah.
NDR.
I think NDR's linked us all together somehow.
Yeah,
I think we're probably in it.
Yes, like 70s porn movies. So but yeah. I mean, that's that's really the number. That's the number that matters. Price. I really, if you follow anything about elasticity of coins and finances, you know that a lower entry point is better because more people will enter. I mean, $1 is a very attractive point, but $1.50 buying is like, but when it gets 70 cents, I'm like, yeah, 70 cents. It's right. It's a discount. It's a sale. It's a sale. Buy.
I'll tell you what's really good as well and interesting about Bankroll. You say there's like 30,000 members, yeah? There's 9,200 in the Telegram as well. That's insane. Nearly a third.
It's a good community.
That's nearly a third. But then think how many people like that are involved where we look after accounts for, like your mum, your sister.
Yeah, it's like you got.
So it's probably the most it's probably a good chunk of the active people are actually involved in the community a lot as well.
Yeah. You got the Discord side, which people might not have Telegram and.
Yeah, I don't have Discord.
Yeah, then you got people that are really active on Twitter that aren't in anything as well. So.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, going to this question, how much stronghold do you recommend to cover the cost of rolling at least twice a day? I think that'd work out as about 6,000 stronghold, wouldn't it?
I think so.
I think that's about 6,000 stronghold to cover that.
It's 8 TRX a roll at most, isn't it? So you need to return 16 TRX a day, basically.
Yeah, answer. So with
maybe 20 TRX just to give yourself a cushion in case you want to roll again or do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it does happen where the network is busy, or the network can be busy or whatever, or stuff like that. I mean, I've had it at one point consume almost 12 at one point, but it could have been I was doing stuff and I was low on bandwidth, so it consumed. That I had to pay TRX for bandwidth also. So let's just say 25 TRX is a good safe cushion for 2 rolls a day. So
and then eventually after 6 months you can put that extra TRX back into.
Yeah. Well, I rolled my stronghold at 11, and I've only got 14,000 in there at the moment, and I've already made 17 TRX. So.
And you put in like $100 to begin with, didn't you?
It wasn't a lot, yeah. It was when it was like really down. It was back when this guy was saying, like, has anyone been around since it was like really low? I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I think you put out 170 in for me at that time, and I've just rolled since then, and now mine's worth like nearly like 800 and something at the moment. And that's with 145 rolls. I haven't put any in, so. Like
with Stronghold and with Stockpile, it is good to just stay in those contracts and hold, but obviously Philly here absolutely owns Spire at the moment.
Yeah, don't be the one to regret not getting on board earlier. I mean, there's only 30,000 people in there at the moment. There's 6-7 billion people in the world. You are early.
Yeah, I mean, well, think of it. Yeah, I mean, it's just also like I mean, if you think of even like Tron chain, TRX chain, there were 700,000 people.
Yeah. that lost a lot of money.
700,000. Yeah, there's almost. I think it reached what, 1 billion in TRX, 1 billion TRX or something like that. 700,000 people. There were 700,000 people, and I mean, and they were still joining like crazy, despite knowing the scammy and the Ponzi aspects of it. But I mean, at least with this,
I read something the other day, and I think only like less than 10% of Americans have ever owned any crypto. So anyone who's in it now is well ahead of the game. Crypto is still young. No one knows what. Like, to be honest, crypto is really young. No one knows what it can do yet. So bankroll system is actually a very good indication of what's possible with it. And
yeah. I mean, what was it the other day? Is they put in a law here saying that we spoke about it briefly, where like cryptocurrency could be accepted at banks now, mostly with stable coins, right? So I mean, that would be, and really, if you think about Banker X is almost made perfectly to be a stable coin because it's an elastic value, right? So the thing is, how can you peg it? Yeah, how can you peg it to $1, to a US dollar, or to the pound, or to the euro, or whatever it is? I don't. Those mechanics I don't know how to do. But if Reactor could do something like that, where
I don't understand.
It could, where it can kind of by some form of algorithm play with the percentages of stockpile and play the percentages of the transfer, or where it just pegs it to $1.
Yeah.
So that could be what Reactor is. That's what I'm hoping. Reactors does that and then really locks some extra Banker X away, excess banker.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's funny because Reactor, Reactor for me means different things. Like what's your background, Stephen? What's your background? Oh, he frozen.
Yeah, he might have signaled.
I asked him about background. He's done.
Yeah. There he is.
That's a shady area, that is. Ironically, with my shit internet connection, I actually work in telecoms and install fiber broadband and stuff. Yeah. Ironically.
No, because some people have background in finance or they have background. It's in shady business, import and export business, so.
Yeah. His Silk Road business.
So for me, like it's like years, back in when this wasn't so white, when I was and back when there was less cameras, so it didn't look like I gained 10 pounds. There was at least 100 less cameras, so that's 1,000 pounds less. I was in the Navy, and back then I was a nuclear reactor operator. So I used to be Homer Simpson sitting in nuclear reactors, and after that I started analyzing radiation fields. So when I hear reactors, like okay, well reactors, like are you fissioning, fusioning, like what are you doing? Because what you're doing is a crazy reaction. Now a nuclear reactor is funny, it's the whole point of nuclear reactors for the reactor to be critical. What does critical mean? Self-sustaining, and that's what it is. You want to reach a level of criticality, so it'd be self-sustaining. So it stays at this certain level all the time. So when I hear reactor for Banker X, it means, okay, so that's really what we're trying to do, is keep it self-sustaining at the same level.
That's what I see as well. That's what I hear as well. So when I hear reactor, I think if the market's crashing quickly, it reacts, it takes Banker X out of it or puts more back in if it's going too high, and it will keep it at a stable amount.
Yeah. It's hard.
I think a dollar perfect amount because it's so easy for everyone. But it could easily be less, like 80 cents as it is now. It seems pretty happy at that. So
yeah, it went from 80. It was when people were going crazy with buying switching over from Banker X to Banker. I think it dropped down to 70 something, and that's when I pulled the trigger and I repositioned myself to be heavier on Banker X, and Banker X recovered really well. And then I went back into Banker. So, but it's just repositioning. That's repositioning is just repositioning. And that's why. Is there really anything wrong if you're within the belly of the beast? You can reposition between stack and hold and stockpile. And flow.
Really,
there could be repositioned. So
I'm just saying, if you're repositioning, especially if you're going out of like stronghold and you're going out of stronghold and you're going out of stack, you're actually benefiting the community. If you're keeping that, because you're leaving the fee in there for people to pick up. So it doesn't matter if people reposition out of stronghold or reposition out of stack.
Yeah, it's like, well, wouldn't you be angry?
Brilliant thing about it. It's so well thought out. It's such a perfect ecosystem where everything interlocks and feeds each other so well.
I mean, come on. What's more attractive right now? Do you want to see Banker right now? Do you want to see Banker at 20 TRX, or do you want to see it at 0.7 TRX?
Yeah, 0.7.
I will
Well,
mock up. If
well,
it's
give it
0.7, I'm
a
remortgaging
couple
the
of
house.
You know what? We should do a Banker sale day. Everyone sell. Sell. Can I make it to?
Right, okay, so if Rolling Stronghold uses 250k energy, that's 20 TRX. Pretty sure.
I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna look at that. All right, so let's see.
So on the sheet it says it will cost 4.4 TRX. So,
All right, so let's see.
let's see how right that is.
So right now I have 1748 TRX. 1748. Okay, I've got 1,000 TRX to roll. I'm gonna roll. 1748, right?
Yep.
No, 1743.
Guess what's
And I
5
just rolled.
TRX?
6, 40, 48, 43. I mean, I don't know. Like it could have been, 5 to 6, 48 to 43. So it's 5 TRX, 5 to 6 TRX.
Yeah, so a quarter of the price. Yeah, so if you're still here, I don't know if it is or not, but there you go, 6 TRX.
Yeah.
Look at this market research we're just doing. We're just pumping it out for free.
Yeah. I mean, well, energy costs, future market manipulator, market makers roller, market makers. Oh, look at here. I've got a future market maker right here.
She's already in Bankroll, isn't she?
She's in. I'd manage her account, but of course, look what she decides to bring. It's mine. It's not hers. Yours, yes. It's got the golden horn. What's the unicorn's name? Anchao. Okay. What about this unicorn? What's this unicorn's name? Anchao. Today's Anchao. Before it was Einstein. Not Einstein. Einstein.
She likes catch up.
Einstein. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? ¿Qué tal? Oh, he's not rub time. Is it that time? Are we done?
Hey, I've got a question for you. So you've been in crypto for how long have you been in crypto for?
4 months.
4 months. Oh, is that a total? Oh, okay. So I thought you might have known, but you might still know. How many, apart from Hex and Banker, how many coins do you know that have been completely mined? Or are they the only two?
I told you on that.
Well, I mean, not all of them are mined, right? I mean, because it's just with the terms of mining is that some of them are just doing they're just the stake ones where they're just out there. I mean, XRP is all out there.
Oh yeah, I get that, but I mean, say Bitcoin has 21 million. That's all there'll ever be. How many others apart from Hex and Banker? Is there any others that have been completely mined?
I don't know.
Especially or Hex. No one knows what's going to happen.
I don't know because I'm sure there's smaller coin, small TVL, small market cap coins that are around the same way, where it's all about the mining and this and that. So, but I really don't know. I mean, it could be a lot. It could be a lot more than I know, honestly.
Yeah.
I have other coins that I keep, and it's different because those, a lot of them talk about mining. That's like talk proof of work and stuff like that, where you got to mine them. Other ones are just different and stuff like that. Look. And she, even though it's literary, she's got her own unicorn shirt. See,
loving unicorn.
Yeah. So, all right, but we've been on a while. I think it's about 10 minutes.
Kicking on 3 hours.
Yeah. I think we're good. Oh no, she's gonna play with my stuff. That's my stuff. Don't. Hey, this is how dreams are made of, and you're one of those dreams. So, what do we say? Last time we talked about the price and this and that. Obviously, Reactor kind of reacted, change all of our stuff and expectations. But if anything, I don't see it as a bad thing too much. Bedtime story. Yeah, it's about that time.
I did notice that the Telegram went a little bit mental as soon as it was said it was coming out. Like there was a lot of people just going mental in the Telegram. BT was trying to sort of calm everyone down and hide all the stuff, wasn't he?
Well, what was the Bankroll price 1 week ago?
$1.50, wasn't it?
Bedtime story.
It was what?
Bedtime
No,
story.
I think it was less than that. I think it was like.
I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was $1.50. Let's have a quick look. What, a week ago, yeah? So
It's like I think it was like 70 cents or something.
1 week ago, yeah, because I can't seem. Yeah, I'm entertained by my fan.
yeah, 1 week ago. So on the 7th of January, it was just over $1.50. $1.44.
Okay. What? So $1.44. Right now, it's at 80. Right. So it lost about 40%. I guess 40% of the. But Banker has doubled at least.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So overall,
Banker was
a little bit.
12%, I think, something like that.
No, let's go.
No, Bank went as low as 9, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, it went as low as 9, and now what? It's sitting at about 20, 24.
How I wish I bought loads then.
Let's go.
Daddy,
bedtime story.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Shall we? I guess that's about it. We call it a night on the old. What are you up to now? That'll be 40 minutes that you haven't rolled.
Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, and that'll be it for me because I have to read a bedtime story, even though it's afternoon here.
Oh, I've actually got one more thing as well. Really.
So it's been 40 minutes. Has it been 40 minutes?
Yeah, 40.
See, like so. 304, 36. So see, that's just goes to show you. I'm at 12, 12, almost 13. Not quite 13.
Nice. Okay, got one more thing. So last week we did the predictions of what we thought Bankroll was going to be at this week, right? Should we see how wrong all of us was?
Oh yeah. Let's see how wrong we both were.
Right. So I said it would be at 55 right?
Slippery line. Daddy, I'm phone call.
So right now we're at 26, almost 27 TRX.
Yeah. So we were all very, very wrong.
That's why we still have a lot to learn. There's you guys are so stupid. No, stupid. We feel bad about ourselves. We have a lot to learn.
And that's why trading and gambling as well.
Yeah. So I said 55 TRX. Crypto Man of War said 50 TRX, and you said 50 TRX. So you actually won. So technically, me and Crypto War owe you 10 Bankroll each.
You know what? Next, we do instead of 10 Bankroll, how about give me a side one of these days? Just make sure it's at least 50 so I can get your airdrops. And then next time I'll give you 100 so I can do airdrops there too.
All right, cool. Well, we'll call it a night then. And, okay. One more thing then. What do you reckon it'll be next week?
Oh,
actually, what do you reckon Banker will be next week? I think that'll be more interesting.
Banker next week.
Yeah. What's the price of it now? And Tamu, I think Banker X will sit at $1.
I think a dollar price is honestly a good price. If the reactor's supposed to be to stabilize at a good price, where it adjusts the APY, I think that.
Oh, I think we lost him.
And I'm back. Hello?
No, I think Jay Phillies, your mic's been muted, mate.
There you go. Yeah, that's just to show you that she's telling me to shut up. No, I mean it could. I mean, it really could. We already know that it's been there. If it's been there, it could do it again. Now, if the reactor's supposed to be where it's supposed to keep it at a price, and if it keeps it at a price where it adjusts it by some form of algorithm, where if it's over a certain price, it goes into stronghold or something. I mean, I don't know. But if it's been there before, it can definitely be more than $1 again, easy.
Easily, yeah. I think at 80 cents to $1 would be a fair price for it to stay at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the only thing that makes me think it might be slightly less is that Bank Teller said that it'll be cheaper for people to buy in and new people to buy in.
Or does that mean or does that mean it's just gonna be a sort of stable price around the $1?
Yeah, it could be that, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea of let's do straight claim day, and then we just get in better position. Straight, and then we could just and then we roll. Just roll.
Roll, yeah. Just roll till you need it.
Roll till you need it. All right.
Okay, so banker, what's the price now, and what do you reckon it'll be next week?
It's at 8 TRX now. So what do you reckon?
It's not good.
I'm gonna go with 10. 10 TRX.
What's this, Banker or Banker X?
Banker.
Banker. Yeah. I'm gonna say this time next week it'll be about maybe I reckon it'll be about 40 cents.
No, do it in TRX.
Oh, I don't know how much is in TRX. Like, what's that? 20, 30.
8 TRX is 24.
Pardon?
8 TRX is 24 cents.
Okay, so I'm gonna say like maybe 13 then.
I'm gonna go with 12.
Okay.
Oh, I reckon we could get surprised and it could probably go up to the 18 mark.
Or down to 4.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, steady is good though, because I mean, as Flow does better, Stronghold does better, Banker does better.
Especially as every other crypto is, it could be up, could be down next week. No one knows.
Yeah, this is probably the most stable that you're gonna find something.
Yep.
Broken.
Exactly.
Broken.
It's not broken.
13 banker, 17 banker.
Let's see the moment.
Look.
Yep.
If thinks 13, 17.
30.
Broken.
Let's see if we've got any more price.
I mean, if I don't even want to think about if Reactor does what's supposed to be doing, and it pumps up the flow price or flumps up Banker X. I mean, to me, it's just I don't even want to think about it. Don't even want to think about it. And I started thinking that way, and I was like,
I'm hiding.
Nice. Cool. Well, this has been about a 3-hour show, so I guess we'll call it a break. We'll organise the same again for next week, and hopefully there'll be a lot more news, and we'll know what React was by then.
all right, y'all have a good one. Okay.
See you later.
Yep.
See you later.